you can see, we've got the tarp pulled. Ground crew is working diligently to make sure we've got the field safe and ready to go for tonight's game. The players should be coming out. We're going to begin now, warmed up the stretch, getting ready to play. We are set for an incline first pitch. This game is going to get started in 26 minutes. And it's time for some baseball here at Constellation Field. And once again, thank you very much for your patience. Waiting down Mother Nature here. We're getting the field ready, good to go, and we are going to fire this bad boy up. 8 o'clock first pitch, right here at Constellation Field.
Was it fun to get back out on camera?
Yeah, it's my second time now to do yeah, couldn't find enough people to work tonight, so.
Do you have a rain cover if it starts up again?
What?
Do you have a rain cover if it starts getting wet again?
And nothing.
fans, you know, one of the most important things we do here at Constellation Field is make sure that you fans have a great time. Right now, we're going to take the time to introduce to you one fine young lady that is going to make sure that happens. Sugarland Skeeters are proud to introduce to you my very good friend Jessica, along with the Texas Direct Down SWAT team. All right, Jessica, good evening to you.
Good evening, fans. Thanks for sticking around with us. We're ready to get this one going. But I've got our first winner of the night. This is Larry, and he's already won thanks to Arrow Plumbing. Larry, you've already won that sponsor that you're following so nicely, but that is not all. You see those two big yellow goggles out there? If any Skeeter player hits a ball that during the game, who's the winner of $500 thanks to Arrow Plumbing? And Shane, I gotta know, who's our holiday cleaners cleanup out of the game?
Your holiday cleaners cleanup out of the game is third baseman number 15, Brian Pounds. Brian Pounds drives in a run. Lucky Rose going to win some free dry cleaning courtesy of holiday cleaners tonight. Our first row is in section 19, row B, 19B. Brian Pounds drives in a run. You guys are winners of holiday cleaners. And holiday cleaners is all around Fort Wayne County with 5 locations to serve you. From Richmond, Rosenberg, and Sugarland, we guarantee 100% satisfaction and all the dry cleaning services. Make sure you go Pros. Gentlemen, please welcome to the field tonight's umpiring crew on that home plate. Mr. Reggie Williams. John Spear pulls the first base to the DC. Third base umpire, Mr. Nick. and gentlemen, at this time, we ask if you would please remain standing. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Performed this evening from the group that will be performing July 28th to August 13th, Sugarland Auditorium. Please welcome the cast from Hairspray.
Welcome to Sugarland, Texas. We're live at Constellation Field, home of your Sugarland Skeeters. A little bit of a later start today, about an hour and a half roughly. Ira Liebman along with Andy Humphrey, and the rain came down about an hour before this game started. It came down pretty hard. We're still going to play 9 here tonight. It is Craig Biggio bobblehead doll night as well. The fans have remained. The Royals, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Lancaster Barnstormers. Starting lineup brought to you by MemberSource Credit Union. Whether it's a Skeeters checking account, an auto loan, or a home loan, be sure to check out MemberSource's complete lineup at membersourcecu.org. Leading off is the second baseman Rico Noel. Batting second in and left is former big leaguer Lastings Millage. The DH, the hitting coach, switch hitting Josh Bell, also a former big leaguer. Cleanup hitter at first baseman, all-star Sean Halton. Batting fifth is the center fielder Trayvon Robinson, our player of the game last night. In right, the return last night, Cole Garner will be batting sixth. Batting seventh, Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher. Batting eighth is Nate Coronado. He'll be at third. And batting ninth is shortstop, the switch hitting Vladimir Frias.
Skeeters line up this way in the outfield from left to right. Derek Miller, Cole Gillespie, and Joe Benson. Left side of the infield, Brian Pounds back at his usual third base. Kevin Aaron's at shortstop. Travis Scott back in the field for the first time since last homestand at first. Josh Prince over at second base. Behind the plate tonight, also back from injury, Wilfredo Rodriguez, and he'll be catching the right-hander on the mound, Bobby Blevins.
Blevins is 4-4 with a 4.05 ERA. He'll be making his 16th appearance. He'll be making his 12th start. In 79 and a third, he has allowed 77 hits. He has walked 20, and he has struck out 43. The 32-year-old, 6 foot, 200 pounds, originally from Syracuse, New York, drafted in the 13th round by the Angels in 2007 out of Lemoyne College. Last year, of course, spent time with the Long Island Ducks. Last 3 starts, very good for Blevins. No record, but a 2.12 ERA. Well, stepping in here is Rico Noel, the second baseman. Comes in batting .263 with a home run and 14 RBIs. Blevins winds and fires the first pitch of the ball game. This one is swung on and missed. Strike one, 0-1, and we're underway. Game 2 of a 6-game homestand. Also game 2 of a 6-game series here, all against the Barnstormers. The Skeeters last night had a 4-1 lead, but the bullpen could not hold on, and they lost 7-4. This one is skied foul down the left side. That'll make the seats deep down the left side. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Skeeters got a pair of runs in the third and in the fifth, led 4-1, but a trio of runs in the 7th and in the 9th led to the Skeeters' downfall in game 1. No balls and 2 strikes here on Noel. Noel got to keep him off the base pass, plenty of speed, 26 steals, third in the Atlantic League. Good pitch there by Blevins, just missed a little bit outside. Fans oohed and ahhed that one did miss. It's White's away pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here. Blevins gets the sign from Wilfredo Rodriguez. The 1-2. This one low and away again. This time Rodriguez shifts to his right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blevins features a fastball, a changeup, a curveball, a cutter, and a sinker. So pretty good arsenal. He's been in 2 roles really this year. Long relief, which he really excelled in, and he has done a nice job since going into the starting rotation as well. He'll rock and fire the 2-2 here. And this one is swung and served into left center field. That is going to fall in for a base hit. It gets past center fielder Cole Gillespie, and the throw will come into second late. And it's going to be a leadoff double here for Rico Noel, and not a good start here for the Skeeters, Andy.
Yeah, the way that Cole Gillespie has played defensively in his right now short stint with the Skeeters, you would expect him to make that catch sliding in left center. He's made some pretty spectacular defensive plays early in his time here in Sugarland, but that time just came up a little bit short on the slide as it bounced in front of him and then underneath his body.
Noel's 9th double of the year, and I don't know if you can necessarily expect him to make it. It just seems that's the way it's been going for the Skeeters. They'll make that error at the wrong time. They'll make that bad pitch. The relief has not been there, and sure enough, the first hitter of the game gets in with maybe a single at worst, turns into a double, and right now runner down at second with nobody out here to start the game in the first. In steps Lastings Millage, was always a difficult out, and Blevins spins towards second, fakes the throw, does not throw. Millage 301, good for 9th in the Atlantic League, no home runs in 26 RBIs. The way Blevins will have to dig out of a little bit of a hole. Blevins, I mentioned, last 3 starts, no record at 2.12 ERA. If you go back even further, last 4 starts, he has allowed a total of 4 runs. He is 0-1 with a 1.64 ERA, which tells you the Skeeters, another starting pitcher they are not scoring for. And there goes the runner, and a double clutch by Rodriguez. Don't know why he decided to throw, but it's going to be the 27th steal for Noel. And now that leadoff single at best, a double, and now a stolen base of third, and now it's a runner at third with nobody out.
Even if Wilfredo had gotten that cleanly, I think that's still a stolen base for Noel. Got a great jump off of third.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the throw either way. Got a huge jump off Blevins. Millage only has to send the ball to either short second as they are both back or into the outfield. This will be a 1-0 lead with no outs here in the first. This one is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Millage. Excuse me, 2 balls and no strikes to count here to Lastings Millage. Millage, I mentioned yesterday, former big leaguer, played 6 seasons with the Mets from 2006 to 2007, the Nationals from 2008 to 2009, and he was in Pittsburgh from 2009 to 2010. While in Pittsburgh in 2009, played with 2 former Skeeters, Andy LaRoche, who spent a short time with the Skeeters at the beginning of last year, and Delwood Young, who spent 3 full seasons here with the Skeeters, including helping them win the 2016 Atlantic League Championship. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on the right-handed hitting Lastings Millage. The 2-1 swung and fouled off down the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Millage big league numbers: 269, 33 home runs, 167 RBIs, 40 steals as well, then 433 games, and almost the same amount in the minors, which means he didn't spend a ton of time in the minors, which is good. In an even 300 in his minor league career, 50 home runs, 231 RBIs, and 117 steals in 484 games. The 2-2 up the middle, backhanded by Prince at second. He'll only have 1 play at first, and it's going to be close. Nice play by Prince, but coming down to score is Noel, and it is 1-0 Barnstormers.
Well, it's good to get that out if you're Bobby Blevins. Really nice play by Prince, and that really saves another base runner getting on with nobody out, and that's really what you want to do, is limit the damage there, and Prince does exactly that.
Prince always so much range at second. He went to his right, dove, and then threw it from literally his back sidearm and got it to first in time. And a nice scoop by Travis Scott. They get the out, but the run does score it. Just like that, the Skeeters find themselves down 1-0 here with 1 out in the first inning. Bring the switch hitting coach and DH Josh Bell, a former big leaguer himself. Switch hitter batting here from the left side. The DH comes in .333 with a home run and 1 RBI. Playing in his 7th game, he is 3 for 9. And mention all the signings that the Barnstormers had. He was forced to go from hitting coach back to hitter. This one is outside. I mentioned yesterday what a great year he had for the Barnstormers last year. Probably tough to kind of hang it up, and he really has a tough knee problem. So him last night being pinch hit pinch run for in the 9th inning. The guy who pinch ran for Coronado is actually in the starting lineup tonight. He's batting 8th. This one just a little bit high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Barnstormers had 8 players, and not marginal players. I mean, the bulk of their lineup, as well as their pitching staff. Jeff Cabernet was signed, their second baseman, right-handed pitcher Eli Villanueva. And his bell swings and misses in this one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Darian Sanford, the speedster, who I thought was going to break the Atlantic League stolen base record, he got picked up. Still leading the league in steals. Outfielder Blake Galen got picked up. Cody Hall, left-hander Nate Reed, also a lefty, and Casey Hobson, a big bat in their lineup, from son of Butch Hobson, as well as Caleb Gimbel just recently over the All-Star break. Swung on and missed strike 3. Blevins ties him up with a high, tight fastball. First K of the day, and there's 2 away.
I mean, all of those signings are just depleting their bench at the moment. They just do not have a lot of flexibility in their lineup, and that's why from yesterday's lineup to today looks almost exactly the same, just one defensive change with Coronado going in at 3rd for Weber.
Andy, what do you think as far as, you look at the Barnstormer decimated team, the Skeeters, and they could use another couple of bats, especially some power, certainly some help in the bullpen, but the Barnstormers, the Skeeters, whatever team, I mean, this point of the year, this is a tough time to find somebody. Maybe you find them in late August when the Mexican League lets out and the American Association season is over, but it could be too late by that time for both of these teams.
It very well could be, and the Skeeters are really looking for that one final bat, and they're so close to, having a really nice offensive team, even though that they're, near the bottom in team batting average. They've had so many guys lost, and they have so many more chances to, put together better at-bats, and I think they're just one piece away, and it just takes one person, and, it's hard to find out where that might come from, but I think the Skeeters, now with, Travis Scott back healthy, and as well as Wilfredo Rodriguez, I think you'll see a lot more flexibility in the lineup now.
I agree. In addition, Cole Gillespie has helped, and you get the one power back to change this whole lineup. This one is hit high and deep in the air to left field. This could be trouble. Miller into the corner. Does he have room? Leaps, and it's off the top of the wall. Miller will have to now retreat and get to that ball, and it's going to be a triple here for Sean Halton. Miller goes as far and as high as he could. He went back to the wall, leaped, and just a little bit short. That one ricocheted back past him and allowed Halton, who is not a speed demon, to get to 3rd.
Yeah, the only way that he was going to get to 3rd is if Miller kind of misplayed that. And, it's unfortunate for Miller because it's a wet day, and he kind of slipped on that warning track just a bit as he landed after trying to leap to make that catch. So it kind of bought a little bit more time for Halton there as well.
Triple of the year for Halton. Now he is tied with Joe Benson and a few others for 3rd in the league in triples. Well, in steps the switch hitting Trayvon Robinson. Had him on the post-game show as a player of the game yesterday. Had 4 hits, Robinson, had 2 doubles, 2 singles. The time he made out, he hit into a double play. 0-1 the count here on Robinson. The switch hitter 270, 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. One swung on and slap foul deep down the left side. No balls and 2 strikes. He's actually 5th in the league too for stolen base percentage. He's stolen 11 of 12 this season. First in that category is actually Joe Benson. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, none on. 1-0 here for the Barnstormers in the top half of the first after roughly an hour and a half rain delay. The 0-2. This one in the dirt, gets away, and this is going to be another run. Coming down to score is Halton on the wild pitch, and it is 2-0 Barnstormers.
Especially on a day like today with some wet conditions, you have to make sure that you're on the same page. If you're Wilfredo Rodriguez and Bobby Blevins, they were not that time.
Now, how tough is this for the Skeeters, Andy? You've struggled. You just came off a road trip where you only had 3 wins. Lost the game last night, you were leading 4-1, and now before you even come to the plate, you're down 2-0.
Demoralizing, but I think for Bobby Blevins, he does get better as the game goes along, so it's nothing to hang your head about.
This one way inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down, and a 2-0 lead here for the Barnstormers in the top of the first. Blevins has pitched very well, not a lot of run support. Back to his last few starts, he lost. She actually got a no decision and a 2-1 Skeeters victory, another no decision and a 3-2 Skeeters victory. This one misses inside as well. That'll run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. now for Blevins. 23 pitches, 14 of them for strikes. He can get out of this inning with just the 2 scored. Blevins kicks and deals the 3-2 here. This one swung, he hit to the left side. Backhanded from the grass is Aarons. Long, strong, and out in time. The speedy Trayvon Robinson beats it out. And any other player, Aarons would have thrown him out, but the speedy Robinson, especially hitting from the left side as a switcher, to beats that one out for an infield single.
Yeah, the extra split second that Kevin Aarons spent trying to get that ball out of his glove really did make the difference there, and that's a very tough play to make for a shortstop going the opposite direction. You know, usually, you know, the patented Derek Jeter jump throw is where that would be necessary there, but that's such a tough play to make for a shortstop.
He tried to surround the ball better so he can get in front of it and get off a accurate throw, and a little bit of a turn. As you mentioned, that split second really cost him. Not out of the woods yet. Now 2 outs, 2 in. A 2-0 Barnstormers leading. Cole Garner. His power is at the plate, and they're just a home run short of the cycle in this inning. First pitch is hit high in the air, but playable. Left fielder Derek Miller. It's going to be center fielder Gillespie who cuts in front of him and brings it down for the final out. But not before the Barnstormers get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Barnstormers 2, Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
On Snapchat during tonight's game at SL Skeeters. Advance, it is now time for the outside race down on the first base side. My friend Jessica. All right, Jessica, who you got with you?
Yes, I'm down here with Cannon. He's ready to take off. Swanson's running at first base. All right, Cannon, go ahead.
Swanson's over there second with a little bit of the lead.
Swanson's over there second with a little bit of the lead. He's ready to go, Swanson.
All right, on your mark. Get set.
All right,
go.
on your mark. Get set. Go.
Cannon's running fast, round in second. Swanson's over to third though, but what's going on? Oh, a police officer. Oh, Swanson, you're going way too fast. Looks like you're going to get a ticket. And just like that, Cannon's going to pass you up and get the race. Better luck next time. Back at T-Shake.
Better luck next time. Back at T-Shake.
All right, fans, this afternoon is the Bud Light Thursday. Make sure you check out our concession spring break selection of ice cold Budweiser beers. Just a friendly reminder, fans, seal of alcohol those in public support from yourself. Hey, here's that beer with friends. Beer. Bud Light, it's not friends. National Pro Pass Pitchers return to Constellation Field with the softball family chance to learn from pros. We got games coming up on Thursday, July 20th, when the Active Racers take on the Texas Sharks. On the 21st, it's going to be the Scrapyard Dogs against the Beijing Eagles. Now, tickets for the games start at just $12. However, if you're a young softball player would like to get in...
Time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters, brought to you by Member Source Credit Union. Whether it's a Skeeters checking account, an auto loan, or a home loan, be sure to check out Member Source's complete lineup at membersourcecu.org. Leading off tonight, Joe Benson. He'll be in right, batting second and playing second is Josh Prince. Kevin Aarons at short bats third. The cleanup hitter Brian Pounds at third. Center fielder Cole Gillespie bats fifth. Hector Oliveira, the DH, bats sixth. Alfredo Rodriguez bats seventh. He'll be the catcher. Travis Scott at first bats eighth. And in left field, batting ninth, is Derek Miller.
Here's how the Barnstormers line up defensively. Lastings Millage in left. Trey Robinson in center. Cole Garner in right. Left side of the infield, Nate Coronado at third. Vladimir Ferris at shortstop. Sean Halton at first base. Rico Noel at second. Behind the plate, Anderson De La Rosa. And on the mound, the lefty, Jared Lever.
Skeeters down 2-0 here before they even come to the plate. We'll see if they can battle back quickly. Benson, 233, 2 home runs, and 16 RBIs. First pitch by the southpaw Leverett. This one is a fastball that misses way high and outside. 1 ball in, no strikes to count. Benson, last night on base all 3 times, reached on an error and had 2 singles. The 1-0 here from the lefty. This one popped up. This one over our heads and on the play. 1 ball in, 1 strike to count. Leverett comes in 4-5 with a .574 ERA, making his 15th start. In 73 2/3 inning, he has walked 26, striking out 52, but he has allowed a very high number of hits and even 100 in those 73 2/3. 27 years old, 6'3", 195 from Milledgeville, Georgia. the 1-1. This one misses a little bit low and away, 2-1. Umpires for tonight, Reggie Liggins behind the dish, calling balls and strikes. John Sevier at first, and Ken Leventhal at third base. The 2-1 here by the lefty is a little bit low and in. We're on the count to 3-1. Falls behind Benson here. Last 3 starts here for the lefty Leverett. 0-2 with a 6.23 ERA, and this one looked like a little bit low and dropped by De La Rosa, but a strike. Another on the count, full on Benson, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Usually when a catcher drops the ball, he's not given the benefit of the doubt, but that time he was.
To drop the ball, Benson dropped the bat. He's down to first for a free pass. Let's see if it pays dividends. He's against Benson. Payoff pitch here from Leverett. This one down low, ball 4 anyway. Leadoff walk here by Benson. Skeeters in business, down 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. They're bringing Josh Prince, who's usually the leadoff hitter. A little bit of a slide. I think maybe that's why Gary Getty decided to move him down to the number 2 hole. Get him going. Of course, you swing the bat a little bit more, hit run with Benson, that type of thing. Sometimes get you back in the groove. Errors to protect him behind it.
Of course, last night when Joe Benson led off an inning and got on base, the very next batter, Josh Prince, hit a home run. So maybe he wants to slide him a little bit deeper into the lineup with guys on base so he can drive some in.
That's a good point. Chance to see that last night from the 9-1 spot. Now it's from the 1-2 spot. This one, big swing and a miss by Prince. Chased the ball outside, tried to pull it. 0-1 the count. Well, it depends how you look at this next number. Jarrett Leverett has pitched twice against the Skeeters. He is 2-0 with a 5.40 ERA. Doesn't stop there. 17 2/3. He has allowed 9 runs total and 8 of them earned runs. Threw to first. Benson back easily standing up. So it's been a tale of 2 tapes. The last time against the Skeeters on June 7th, he was the victor in a 7-1 win. He went 8 innings, allowed 8 hits and just 1 earned run. However, the first time on May 13th, he was part of a 11-8 win. He got the win, but he allowed 7 earned runs in 5 1/3. Prince bunts through this one, and the throw to first is going to get Benson. Everything just going wrong for the Skeeters.
And that's Benson just not seeing where the baseball was. He thought that he was going to have to start running as Prince was going to make contact, but then saw that De La Rosa had the ball, and he threw straight over to first, and all of a sudden he's out.
Pickoff goes down 2-3, catcher to first. Just bad luck for the Skeeters. They have to just wait until the ball's bunted in. Benson wanted to try to get a little bit more of a jump. The 0-2 is just a little bit inside. That didn't miss by much. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Well, last year here for Leverett, he split time between both the Ducks and the Bees with 6 and 9 with a 4.03 ERA, and does not have a great minor league career. 4 seasons, 9 and 22. Although his ERA is semi-respectable at 3.73. It's a Middle Georgia Junior College, which is the same college that his manager Ross Peoples went to. The 2-2, Swan and tag down the left side. Will it stay fair? It is a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Prince, who did a home run for the 2nd night in a row. In his college career, it was 7 and 6 with a 4.33 ERA. Our 15th round pick of the Twins in 2012, to Southern University. Oddly enough, in South Georgia.
Is it really?
No, you wouldn't think so. The 2-2. This one is down low. I run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's their 6 pitch at bat. Every first at bat, and every other at bat is 6 pitches for Prince. Continue that trend. Actually, this is going to be pitch number 7. Number 7 awaits it, takes it outside, ball 4. Prince does what he does best. 3rd in the league coming in. Now has 47 walks on the season. Big pickoff would be 1st and 2nd and nobody out right now, and now just a runner on 1st with 1 away. Prince also closing in on 300 career steals. He has 295 and leads the Skeeters in steals and 21 stolen bases. Want to bring in Kevin Aarons, 270 for Aarons, 7 home runs, 38 RBIs. Also tied for 4th in the league in doubles with 19. Prince a huge lead, going back and forth. Suicidal against the lefty. First pitch here to Aaron's a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. Aaron's last night 2 for 4 with a single, a double, an RBI, and a run score. Aaron's open stance from the right side of the box for the Houston native and former first-round draft pick. Leverett looks at first, but comes home. It's like a looking curve that just missed a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Skeeters trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Leverett to a good start. 15 pitches, 6 for strikes, 9 for balls. And throw to first. Getting back, standing up easily is Prince, and we really have in attendance 5,961 fans here on Craig Biggio Hall of Fame bobblehead all night. Your bobblehead doll?
Absolutely. There's one here in the booth here.
Yeah, that's mine.
There you go. I got mine as well. It's
pretty nice with the Hall of Fame jersey on the front. You got the Cooperstown logo on the helmet. I'm digging it.
Oh yeah, and you also got the little yellow star for Biggio with the Sunshine Kids as well.
That's right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Celebrating the Houston sports celebrity. The 1-2 coming here to Kevin Aarons from the lefty Leverett. This one is down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So if you're celebrating another Houston area famed athlete, who would you like to see? Say we do a bobblehead night next year, which I'm sure we will, of course.
Well, the guy's about to be inducted into Cooperstown in a couple weeks, probably.
That's a good call. Maybe J.J. Watt. Former Skeeters Tracy McGrady and Roger Clemens maybe too, especially if Roger gets into the Hall of Fame.
I think Roger probably could be in that category. JJ's probably, you know, JJ's got to win a championship, I think.
True, yeah.
But Biggio and Bagwell didn't win a championship.
Also true.
Got to be, I mean, Watt's got to be Hall of Fame winner. That's the thing.
So do you put Clemens in an Astros uniform, a Skeeters uniform, maybe a half and half uniform?
And that's an idea.
Half a Yankee, half a Houston cap, half
Yankee.
a Skeeter cap.
Don't get that in there.
Put that little NY in the back somewhere, maybe. Did win his title with the Yankees too. Mentioned titles. Put a little NY in the shoulder.
National League title.
American League. National League, yeah.
National League title with the Astros.
2005. He won an American League title with the Red Sox before that.
He's got a lot of titles.
Yeah. Buckner ran into his way of getting a ring there with the Red Sox. This one is low and in ball 4. Now this is the 3rd straight walk. It'd be the bases loaded, and he would have walked the bases loaded had Benson not been picked up. Not a good start here for Leverett. That was pitch number 20. He has thrown 8 strikes and 12 balls.
Now is a good time to spend a mound visit. You know, it looks like pitching coach Scott Patterson will do so for the Barnstormers. I mean, this is really surprising here, and yeah, you're exactly right. The Skeeters have to be kicking themselves by, you know, not having bases loaded and nobody out, thanks to the, you know, base running miscue on first for Benson.
The last couple of starts have not been good. Last time out for Leverett, 6 innings, he allowed 4 earned runs. The time before that, 4 1/3, he allowed 7 earned runs and didn't even strike out a batter in that game. They are a little concerned. Well, it's been a pretty good weekend so far. We had fireworks last night. We had the Craig Biggio bobblehead Hall of Fame doll today, and we have the Swanson Bobble Belly doll giveaway tomorrow. We had a Swanson bobblehead. Don't confuse a bobblehead with a bobble belly.
Not the same.
Tell them why.
It's got basically a swing. If you've ever seen Swanson, you got the, you know, bobbling torso. Kind of like a hula dancer. If you
put that on your dash and then shake that.
There you go. Yep.
1 out, 2 on. Skeeters trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, but threatening quickly as Brian Pound steps in, another Houston native. Back Houston natives here. That's got to be the first in Skeeters history. This one swallowed and missed. No balls and 1 strike. It's an even 200, 5 home runs and 21 RBIs, but you have not paid attention to the former U of H product. Pounds has really been hitting well as of late. Those numbers don't tell the whole story. He is 8th for his last 25, a .330 average. Also been on base 7 more times with 7 walks over the last 8 games. So we're talking about on base 15 times. The throw to second, and another runner is picked up as Prince is picked up. Skeeters just making mental, physical errors. Last night we saw 3 errors, and Skeeters are running themselves out of an inning, and Leverett is struggling. He has walked 3, and the Skeeters have 1 base runner now to show for it.
Well, that's very tough, and yeah, you have to pay a little bit more focus to the base paths because they're not their usual condition because of the rain earlier today.
1-1 the count here to Pounds. Just want to strike on the inside corner, and Pounds down. No balls and 2 strikes to count.
I mean, all of a sudden, Jared Leverett has a glorious chance to get out of this inning after walking the first 3 batters.
22 pitches, 10 for strikes, 12 for balls. He has literally walked the bases loaded, yet 2 picked off and a runner at first, and now Pound strikes out to end it as the Skeeters shoot themselves in the foot here in the first. Through 1 inning of play, it is the Barnstormers 2 and the Skeeters nothing.
Alright, Beans, it is now time for the stolen base race, brought to you by Texas Mattress Makers. Jessica's down the right field line. With tonight's little thieves, Jessica, got with you.
Thank you, yes, I'm down here with Colin and Jonathan. They're ready to take on the Texas Mattress Makers stolen base race. Alright, boys, 32 bases out there in right field. I'm going to give me 30 seconds to go down and steal it and bring it back to me. Let's put the countdown up on the board, please.
3, 2, 1,
3,
go.
2, 1.
Alright, it's a race. Who's going to get there first? Cheer him on.
Alright,
Make
it's
some
a
noise
race.
for him.
Who's going to get there first? Cheer him on. Make some noise for him.
It's pretty close right now. About 20 seconds
Pretty
to go,
close right
boys.
now. About 20 seconds to go, boys.
Collins moving a bit faster, but there's still time. Jonathan,
Like
all the
Colin
way back
a
to
bit
me.
faster, but there's still time. Jonathan, all the way back to me.
Alright, but they both finished with
All
time to
right,
spare.
but
They
they
both
both
finished
finished
with
with
time
time
to
to
spare.
spare.
Back up to you, Shane.
Both the new winners of the stolen base race. Back up to you, Shane.
Texas Mattress Makers, located on Navigation in Houston, where you can buy directly from the factory. Visit TexasMattressMakers.com to see how you can enjoy 25% savings on all showroom merchandise. Texas Mattress Makers.
Well, we move to the top of the second. Ira Lehman along with Andy Humphrey, and the Skeeters, Andy, just things not going well. We saw the first inning, a wild pitch that scored a run. We saw a double that Eric Miller made his best effort for, but of course the way the ball went bounced back for a triple. Skeeters get 3 walks in the bottom of the first, 2 are picked off, and nobody scores.
And it's just the first inning.
No kidding. Let's hope it gets better from here on. I'm going to bring in catcher Anderson De La
Where
Rosa.
you go, forward Lancaster, catch number 32.
Rosa, a all-star here in 2017. Step in, comes in batting .263, 3 home runs and 26 RBIs. The right-handed hitting catcher. De La Rosa, slightly open stance from the right side, feet close together, deep in the box. Fastball strike on the outside. 0-1 the count. The radar gun is not working either. See, all going wrong. A little wetness and chaos breaks out. Just trailing 2-0 here in the top half of the second. The 0-1 by Blevins, swung a high chopper over Blevins' head. And that one's going to get into center field for a base hit. Aaron's head short, and Prince at second converge, but just over both of their reaches, and another leadoff hit here.
Well, again, things not going the Skeeters' way with another seeing eye single there from Anderson De La Rosa, and Bobby Blevins trying to settle in at 26 pitches in the last inning. Now has to try and be a little bit more efficient the rest of the way. And hard to do that when balls like that start finding the outfield.
We'll bring in Nate Coronado. We saw him pinch run last night for Josh Bell, so official at bats. First pitch here is a little bit high, 1 ball at no strikes. He has had official at bats with the Barnstormers, but no average, no home runs, no RBIs to start. Making just his second game since joining this team. Blevins, disgusted with the baseball. Wants a new one, throws it into the dugout. See a lot of that tonight. Just joining us, it rained for about an hour and a half, so the grounds crew really did a phenomenal job. In fact, this field was almost drained when the tarp was taken off, and just a little bit of maintenance, so it's all dry, but of course still wet in areas. The grass, of course, is only going to dry so much, but all the warning track around, although it's damp, there's no puddles or anything, so credit to Skeeters grounds crew. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Coronado. Swan and Mace chased the ball a little bit low and away, tried to pull it, it came up empty. 1 and 2 to count here on Coronado.
Coronado in his first official plate appearance in the Atlantic League, and Bobby Blevins, a seasoned vet in this league, has to try and make quick work of this guy.
Set him way outside, going to try to get him to chase here. The 1-2 Swan, he belts it into left center field for a base hit, so got a little too much of the plate. Now more trouble for Blevins and the Skeeters. First and second, and nobody out.
They left it right out there for him, and that's not what you want a 1-2 pitch to do. And all of a sudden, you're in yet another situation where you've got base runners on, multiple guys on with less than 2 outs, just like last inning.
Start shortstop Vladimir Free is the switch hitter, down here from the left side. Was on base twice last night with a walk and a single 1 for 4. Scored a run and drove in a run. Oddly though, last night he batted from the left side against lefty Dustin Richardson. Switch hitter batting here from the left side this time against the right-hander Blevins. Comes in at 281, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, and squares the bunt, but pulls it back in. A little butcher boy action there, sends it through the left side for a base hit. They're going to hold up the runner De La Rosa at third. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out. The Skeeters give up a pair of runs in the first, try to counter, but ran themselves out of an inning, and now find themselves in trouble again here in the second before they could counter.
Bobby Blevins has to mix things up now. 6 base hits. He's leaving it way too far out in the plate for these Barnstormers. Even a team that has been great offensively but has lost some guys to some affiliated clubs. They still have a lot of pop, and they are showing that here tonight.
Lead the Atlantic League in team average at 286 in comparison. The Skeeters 7th at 253. Back to the top of the order with the right-handed hitting second baseman Rico Noel. First pitch here is low and away, 1-0. Noel, a bit of an unusual stance. It's not just an open stance, it is wide open. His left leg is very far to the left of his right leg, but not a lot of bend in the knees, almost a straight up open stance. Going to send too many balls the other way. Skeeters infield that double play down. First and third, and this one is a slow number to second. Prince will go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Another run comes down to score as De La Rosa touches home, and it is 3-0 Barnstormers.
Get all you can there on a ground ball like that. That definitely spelled at least 1 run either way, even if they got the double play. So you just got to make sure that you don't make any errors on that.
De La Rosa scores. Coronado will go to third. This is erased on the 4-6 fielder's choice. And on the first is Noel on that fielder's choice. They're not out of the woods yet. First and third with only 1 out, so a sac fly would get another run in. This thinks Millage drove in a run his first time out on a ground ball to Josh Prince. A spectacular play to keep him from getting a hit as well. This one low and away, and that one almost got away from Rodriguez. He had a shift to his right, to his knees, and backhand that. 1 ball and no strikes to count. The Skeeters bullpen has been taxed, and their relief corps has struggled. So if Blevins can't go more than 3 innings tonight, what do you do if you're Gary Gaetti? Do you say, hey, I'm going to save the bullpen, and he's going to take one for the team, or do you run through the bullpen?
Well, you've got to try and get somebody out there who can do multiple innings. Sean Gleason is available. He can probably come in for Bobby Blevins, and you do have a few options as far as guys who could go maybe 1 or 2 innings and eat up some more time, but Blevins really taxing himself at the moment. He's only at 36 pitches. You'd probably think that he'd be at a little more with the way things have gone on, but he can still hunker down here and try and get out of this before he hits 45 or 50.
He's already used up a third of his arsenal. He's only got 4 outs. Ooh, throw to first. Getting back is Rico Noel. I mentioned in his first at bat, third in the league in steals at 26. So the 20s to keep an eye on. Although the Skeeters got picked off twice in the first inning, all of the Skeeters starters, who are all right-handed by the way, all have terrific moves, including Blevins. The 1-0, there goes Noel. This one slash foul. Back into our right on the hit and run. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in. It is 3-0 Barnstormers here in the top of the second inning. 3 runs on 6 hits for Lancaster. 2 runs on no hits for the Skeeters. Not a pretty game yesterday. Barnstormers had 7 runs on 13 hits. They committed 1 error. The Skeeters 4 runs, 10 hits, and they committed 3 errors. Blevins can induce a double play ball here. That's the sinker to do it. There it was. That one sinks a little too low as Village lays off 2 balls and 1 strike here. Village wants timeout as he goes down at his third base coach. 2-1. Another good hit and run count. Keep an eye on Rico Noel at first, who has his hands on his knees, but a wide stance. He's ready to go. It extends his lead now, leaning towards second. Starts, stops, and this one hammered out to left center field. Cole Gillespie is going to have this one go over his head and roll towards the wall. This might get 2. Coronado scores easily. Frias is going to score, and 2 more runs come in. And just like that, it is a 5-0 Barnstormers lead.
It's really unraveling now for Bobby Blevins. 7th base hit of the night given up, and now Rafa Montalvo's going out to talk to him, but give a lot of credit to Last Things Millage, making sure that he stays focused when Bobby Blevins tried to pay too much attention to the runner at first, and Millage made no mistake on that one, crushing it to left center.
Millage now with 3 RBIs on the game in the first 2 innings. As I mentioned, tomorrow is Swanson Bobble Belly giveaway. Get your Swanson memorabilia on Sunday, tomorrow, July 16th, a 6:05 start again, just like tonight, where it was scheduled for 6:05 before the rain delay. First 2,000 fans will receive a free Swanson Bobble Belly doll. To get your tickets, call 281-240-HITS or log on to SugarlandSkeeters.com. Montalvo's talk is done. Remember, Rafi last night when he went out to speak to Manny Corpus, ended up getting thrown out of the game. Feel a little calmer here today. It's the first time Montalvo was thrown out this season. Borderline pitches are just not going Manny Corpus's way. Pitching coach trying to stick up for him. A legitimate beat. So 3 more runs in here in the second. Barnstormers leading 5-0. Still 1 out and a runner down at second in Last Things Millage. First pitch here is low, 1-0 to the switch hitting former big leaguer Josh Bell. Bell open stance from the left side of the box. This one misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Had big league time from 2011 to 2012. 2 years with the Orioles, and then his final season with the Diamondbacks. Played in exactly 100 big league games, hit 195. This one is hit out to center field. That will fall in for a base hit. Good deep by Gillespie. Millage had a hold up, but goes to third instead of scoring. So it's played by the Skeeters center fielder. Another hit. Patrona's on first and third, but still only 1 away.
Yeah, the last time he tried to race in and dive for a catch there, he let it go behind him for a double, and to make sure that he kept that baseball in front of him this time and decided to play it on a bounce. Probably a much smarter move.
Just like that, the Skeeters bullpen starts to scramble, and it is Sean Gleason, as you mentioned, Andy, who's going to warm up already. I guess if your starter can't go, you go to your long man. I think if Gleason does come into this game, even if he gets pounded, he's going to be out there a while. Skeeters trailing 5-0 here in the second. Already 5 hits here in this inning. First pitch here is a little bit inside. 1 ball and no strikes to count here on Sean Halton. hitting well, 254, 16 home runs, 51 RBIs. Really hitting well over his last 18 games. He's got 5 home runs and 17 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup. Halton, very straight up stance, no bend in the knees at all. Two balls and no strikes to count here. 5 runs on now 8 hits for the Barnstormers. No runs on, no hits for the Skeeters here in the top of the second. The 2-0, and this one hits him in the back. I was going to mention Halton, talking about running into a few. He has just tied the lead and hit by pitches. That is the 8th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. The bases are loaded with only 1 away. Going wrong here for the Skeeters tonight.
Yeah, and you wonder how long Sean Gleason needs, because he's going to be charged to get back into this game pretty darn soon.
I think they wanted it soon because Rodriguez going out to the mat to stall a little bit. They're going to pretend to talk about signs here as the home plate umpire, Reggie Liggins, comes out, but this is clearly not about signs. Bases are loaded. A hit here really could put this game out of reach. You're already in the second inning. They're already down 5-0. Trey Robinson, 4 hits last night, already an infield single here tonight. He has now 3 straight 3-hit games. For 4 straight. The switch hitter will step in here, back from the left side with an open stance against the righty Blevins. Under the hands as he lifts the hands high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. That is now at 46 pitches here in the second with only 1 away. 26 of them for strikes. The 1-0. This one swung and hit out to left center field. Gillespie on the move, has a beat on it. He'll bring it down. But tagging and scoring is Millage, and it is 6-0 Barnstormers. Sack fly RBI for Robinson, his 20th ribby of the season.
Yeah, you just gotta, once again, limit as much damage as you can. I wonder if this is his last batter, but no, he's gonna leave him out there for 1 more at least.
Gary Gaddy probably making this his last batter either way. If he gets out of it, then the inning's over. If not, then he probably goes to the bullpen with Gleason. Batted around here in the second. The 9th man they hit here is Cole Garner. Never a beat. First pitch to the former Atlantic League home run champ. An off-speed pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. 2 in the first, 4 here in the second for the Barnstormers. They're up 6-0 over the Skeeters. Only in the top of the second. Closing in on 60 pitches here in the second. Swan and Mish chase the ball low and away, and Blevins ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Just missed being the Atlantic League Player of the Year in 2014, but he did help these Barnstormers win the Atlantic League Championship in a 3-game sweep over the Skeeters. Check swing, did he go? May appear he did not. Ball and 2 strikes to count. This next pitch by Blevins will be pitch number 60 here in the second. Blevins gets a sign here from Rodriguez. Will set up outside. Looks at second, a double take, comes home. This one swung on and missed, strike 3. And this inning mercifully comes to an end. Second K of the day, 3 away, but not before the Barnstormers get 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Middle of the second, it is now the Barnstormers 6 and the Skeeters nothing.
I'm over here in section 20, row
So just remember, page 450 is virtual dealership on the wide variety of duties, cars, heating centers, local service specials, key parts and savings. Dealership is conveniently located in Roseburg, just a short drive from Sugarland at 40 p.m. Pride themselves being the most reliable and trustworthy dealership around. See more at 450pm.com. Page it up again, middle of the third inning. It's time for the Texas Lottery Lucky Row. Some Lucky Row's going to be winning some scratch-off tickets and various sundry of prizes. Lucky Row brought to you by the Texas Lottery. It's coming up, middle of the third inning.
Well, we move to the bottom of the second inning. Skeeters in a much bigger hole now after the Barnstormers scored a pair in the first, 4 more in the top half of this inning. They trail 6-0. Well, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 here for Sugarland. Cole Gillespie, Hector Olivera, and Alfredo Rodriguez. Gillespie 263, no home runs and 6 RBIs so far in his short time at the Skeeters. Was pitched by Jarrett Leverett. This one is high and outside. 1 ball and no strike. So far 10 for 38 in 10 games with the Skeeters. Split last year between AAA New Orleans and at the big leagues with the Marlins, who just hosted the All-Star game. This one misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Leverett, who really struggled in the first, walked 3 but got 2 pickoffs. And was unscathed in his first inning, although he did not pitch well. 3-0 the count here to Gillespie. 3-0, this one a strike on the outside corner. Ross Peoples might lose a gasket if he walks the leadoff man up here 6-0.
Yeah, again, his 4th walk and 5 batters.
And he really didn't get it out. The only out he got was striking out Brian Pounds as Gillespie swings and misses here. He walked Benson, who got picked off. He walked Prince, who eventually got picked off. Aaron's walked, and he struck out Pounds. Payoff pitch here to Gillespie. Swung a missed strike 3. So after 3 straight walks, 2 straight strikeouts. Second on the night for the left-hander. 1 out, none on here for Hector Olivera.
Yeah, even though things look very bleak for the Skeeters at the moment, I still don't think this game is really out of their reach, because the way that Jared Leverett has been pitching, he has been all over the place at the moment. And the Skeeters have hit very well against lefty starters over the last few games. They are hitting .295 against lefties this year.
One swung and missed, and still on the second inning, even if he was pitching well. Olivera swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike to count. This one is a strike at the knees, and quickly Olivera down at no balls and 2 strikes. Olivera hitting very well right now. Over his last 19 games, he is hitting .384, going 28 for 73. This one smack fouled down the right side. It was way outside. He still managed to have enough reach to get to that one. That remains no balls and 2 strikes here on Hector. Leverett looks in. They will set up inside. The 0-2 swung in. A little number to second. Noel will have to hurry, but Olivera going hard down first as he played for Noel, and there's quickly 2 down.
Well, even with that said, you know, the Skeeters still have a chance, but they've got to get to Leverett much earlier here and try and chase him the way that the Barnstormers have basically chased Bobby Blevins out of this one as Gleason continues to warm the pen. Skeeters have to try and get out on this lefty pretty soon and not let him settle in.
Rodriguez will step in, his first at bat since going on the DL with a concussion. Rodriguez on the road got hit with a backswing, and the very next pitch got hit square in the helmet. Ball and no strikes hit Alfredo. Certainly a big part of this lineup. 315, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Great numbers for a catcher. One swung and fouled off, and too bad because when Wilfredo is going well, he goes the opposite way extremely well, and he was just doing that consistently in his games on the DL. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Rodriguez. This one swung and fouled deep down the right side, going the other way. A good sign. 1-2. Wilfredo, 28 for his last 80, a 350 mark. It's over his last 23 games, so he has 10 RBIs during that span. A 1-2. This one a little bit high and outside. Good velocity on that one from Leverett, but the radar against him. Couldn't tell how hard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Barnstormers up 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. Leverett delivers, and this one is just a little low. Great high by Rodriguez. That was about an inch low. Just below the knees. That'll run the count full 3-2. Leverett now more strikes than balls. 37 pitches, 20 for strikes, 17 for balls. Payoff pitch here by the left-hander. This one is just off the outside corner, ball 4, and Leverett and third baseman Nick Coronado thought that was strike 3. That'll be the 4th walk of the night already here for Leverett.
Tough. Wilfredo that time was just very patient and just making sure that he doesn't give any gimmies to the lefty Leverett there. And you mentioned how he's been going the other way, and also kind of speaks to his way of seeing the baseball much better and knowing what to do with certain pitches.
You mentioned before we got underway this evening how hard the wind was blowing out to right, and this one is blown out to center field. And right there to center fielder Robinson will bring the line drive up and throw it into the Bucklight Ice House. That'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We are through 2. It is still the Barnstormers 6 and your Skeeters nothing.
Alrighty, Skeeter fans, it's that time of the game. I'm looking for my flyers get out here in the ballpark. I'm on the third base side. It's time to get up and jump around. Get up and get up. Looking for my friends that are jumping around. Let me see ya. I've got 2 passes to Urban Air. I'm looking to see who's jumping around. Alrighty, I think I found my winners. These boys have been jumping the whole time. Congratulations, you won a pass to Urban Air. Back up to Shane.
Urban Air Sugarland, Bullpen County's premier indoor adventure park. Urban Air features the first Skyrider United States. Also features a Ninja Warrior course, dodgeball course, and that'll be the bit in the Grinch trampoline attractions around. Hey, it's a great place for corporate events, team events, birthday parties, family fun, you name it. Head over to Sugarland's new location, located at 9848 Highway 90. Urban Air Adventure Park in Sugarland. Get up, get involved. Urban Air. Let's go. The Bullpen is brought to you by Texas Direct Auto. Texas Direct, they are the world's largest independent car dealership. Check out the Detroit Auto Approach and Company of Inland Airport over in Stafford. 24/7/365. Texas Direct Auto.
Third inning, and the Skeeters have to dip into their bullpen as the right-hander Sean Gleason gets loose for the Skeeters. Gleason this year 1-6 with a 6.81 earned run average in 19 games, including 4 starts. 39 2/3 innings pitched, 52 hits, 34 runs, 14 walks, 17 strikeouts. League hitting .321 against Gleason, who is designated as the long man for the Skeeters out of the pen, has had to make a few starts this year with some injuries to the starting rotation. And he'll come on for Bobby Blevins, who had a tough time in the first 2 innings. 51 pitches, gave up 6 earned runs on 8 hits, no walks and 2 strikeouts.
The last 3 outings for Gleason, he has not allowed a run last time out. The Skeeters 12-0 victory on July 7th at Somerset, win 2 innings, did not allow an earned run, 1 hit, no walks and a strikeout. He can bring some sanity to this game as he takes over here for Blevins. Blevins will face the bottom of the order: Anderson, De La Rosa, Nate Coronado, and Vladimir Frias. First pitch, a strike here. No balls and 1 strike to count. Barnstormers 6, Skeeters nothing here in the top half of the 3rd inning. This features a fastball, a curveball, a slider, and a splitter. Check swing, but a strike. I think he went around to you, or did that just catch the corner?
That's what Reggie Liggins said. He said that he went around the plate there as he pointed to the bat.
No balls and 2 strikes to count here. Did you think he actually went around?
Yeah, it's very close, and I'm surprised that Reggie Liggins didn't appeal over to first. Usually in a situation like that, the home plate umpire has to give discretion to the first base umpire, but I thought it was very borderline.
Blevins last year joined the Skeeters for a few games after beginning the season with New Britain. He's been all around the Atlantic League. 2015 with the Camden River Sharks, and that was a tough year. That was a tough team. So on Swan and missed strike 3. So Gleason comes in, strikes out the first batter he faces. 1 out, none on for Nate Coronado. In 2015, Gleason was 6-15 with a 5.19 ERA, but I gotta tell you, that was tough to get a win if you played for the River Sharks. In steps Nate Coronado. Single then scored his first time up with that 4-run 2nd inning after a pair of runs in the first for the Barnstormers. They were still leading here 6-0 here in the top of the 3rd. Want a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike here from Gleason. Coronado, drafted from, speaking of Camden County College. His debut with those River Sharks in 2015. Former Camden River Sharks going at it. The 1-1. Swan and a high chopper to 3rd. Coming in originally was Pounds. He backs up, throws a strike to first. As reliable Pounds back to his normal position at 3rd. It was a tough day for him yesterday at first. 2 balls right in his mitt near his chest. He dropped. Pounds generally a terrific fielder. Quickly 2 up and 2 down for Gleason.
Coronado's running back and his entire jersey is ripped open.
Like a Hulk.
According out, he's about to go and save the world right after this game.
Pull a Superman?
Yeah.
Go into his phone booth. What would Superman go into in this day and age? There's no more phone booths. Pull out his cell phones? I know, but they're all for show now. It's like a monument to a once prehistoric civilization. Like the ones in the town square. I told Deacon, I said, he goes, yeah, well, there's phone booths, just like there's phone booths in the town square. I go, there's nothing in them, Deacon. Those are just kind of relics of what phone booths used to look like. Although when we played the Ducks by the Long Island Railroad, I found a working payphone.
Wow.
Must be the last of its kind.
It's a rare breed.
No kidding. The 1-1. So what do you think a modern day Superman does? Where does he go? Does he, excuse me, can I use your bathroom?
He hides in the Wi-Fi hotspot.
Wi-Fi hotspot. There you go. It's modern thinking, at least.
Social media word.
The 2-1 Swan and miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They're trailing 6-0 here in the top of the 3rd. With Bat Cave for Batman, be environmentally friendly, going green. I mean, maybe he's chipping away to create a Bat Cave out of, an area that's they want to preserve.
He's got a nice irrigation system as well, flowing through the.
This one on the outside corner, strike 3. Frias can't believe it, but what a job by Gleason. After Blevins struggled for the first 2, he has a 1, 2, 3 inning. Middle of the 3rd, Barnstormers 6 and the Skeeters nothing.
Experience matters. For trustworthy retirement and family financial planning that's always focused on what's best for you, the client first. Turn to Copeland Financial Advisors. Conveniently located right here in Sugarland. Copeland Financial Advisors.
Hey, fans, Skeeters Chamber Public Services wants you to know this is a litter-free event. Please dispose of all trash and recycling in the proper receptacle. To help you with this effort, our front countries and have healthy trash. Skeeters Chamber Public Services, thank you for helping keep it nice for your people. Beautiful, speaking of beautiful, there's that beautiful Republic service. time, the Sugarland Skeeters and the Texas Lottery would like to recognize all those who have or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are one of those people, if you would, please stand and be recognized at this time for service in the military.
We move to the bottom of the third inning. The Skeeters find themselves down 6-0. Our relievement Andy Humphrey. And joining us here is Skeeters starter Michael Nix. Michael, how are you, sir? Very good. Tell us a little bit about starting your first ever All-Star game. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an experience and an honor to be able to be selected and be in an All-Star game, but then actually be able to start it. It was a new level of nervousness for me to be.
Yeah, you were telling me you were actually nervous. Say it ain't so, Michael Nix.
Yeah, man, you always have a little bit, but you find a way to kind of, on the day-to-day starting rotation, you have to find a way to, you got your rhythm and your routine, and the All-Star game is just a little bit more prestigious, I guess you could say. You know, you're facing the best of the league, so it's not like you can relax in the first hitter. It's the best the whole way through, but plus the hoopla and everything that goes along with it, I wasn't able to kind of get in my rhythm. Hey.
Hot shot down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Derek Miller around first. He's going to head for second. The Knicks bringing some luck here to the Skeeters broadcast booth.
Might stay in here the whole game.
There you go. Not like you have anything else to give for the next 4 days. Or, well, you are pitching tomorrow. I'll give you that one. But talk about kind of being nervous for the All-Star game, and you were pitching in the Skeeters Atlantic League Championship Series. You couldn't have been more nervous for the All-Star game than that, could you?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the same, but like I said, the routine part of it, you get a rhythm before the game, you start your stretching routine, just the things I do day to day, like I was saying, on a rotation kind of basis leading up to it, helps out a little bit because that it kind of goes away, and especially when you get on the mound, you lock in a little bit more than you would in that kind of scenario, because it's more laid back. I mean, All-Star game's a little more laid back, but yeah, I mean, it's fun.
There's Joe Benson, a hot shot off the mid of third baseman Nate Coronado into left field, and just like that, Michael Nix brings magic to the booth. Runners on the corners with nobody out, and the Skeeters trailing by a score of 6-0 here. But, I mean, I know you play the All-Star game for pride. I'm a big fan of the All-Star game. There's the Major League All-Star game right here in the Atlantic League. But if you lose that game, you have not lost anything except a little bit of your pride. If you lose a championship game, you could blow the whole series.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you're right. I mean, the nervousness is always still there. But, you find, for some reason, I was able to find, my day-to-day, I find a way to kind of bring it down a notch. And, I say I was nervous. Let's not take this out of proportion here. I wasn't out there shaking in my boots or anything by any means. But
just here in the broadcast booth?
No, I mean, it's all fun and games, and I was out there, and it took probably 3 pitches. I mean, 3 pitches out of my norm. And
that's one hit into center field. Robinson underneath it. He'll bring down the line drive, but tagging and scoring easily is Miller. And the Skeeters trail by 5, 6-1.
Rally time.
There you go, a little dent into that 6-0 lead. They cut it to 5, down at 6-1, and Kevin Aarons will step in. Now, good question for you. Now, there was no Skeeters in the home run derby, but had, say, Anthony Jansanti or Kevin Aarons been in, would you have thrown to them?
If I thrown to him in the home run derby?
Yeah, or is that kind of out of your routine?
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. That's too many throws.
To start the game.
Or is it demoralizing for you letting up all those home runs to a teammate?
Tell you what, yeah, you never, as a pitcher, you don't want, the superstition of it. You don't want to kind of get in the rhythm of trying to give up home runs. So I'd be trying there. After the first one, I'd be starting to throw curveballs and cutters and splits.
Even to a teammate.
I know. I'm trying to help you all out a little bit, but I'm not hurting my pride or anything.
But talk about also your transition. I mean, you're having a great year here. A few years ago, you transitioned to a starter. What could you actually help York win back-to-back titles, and you were a closer in one of those years. The second year, part of that second title. What made you go from reliever to starter? Was that your choice, or where you were at the time? Or?
No, actually, Britt Burns was our pitching coach then, and G. I think it was kind of a scenario where we were kind of hurting a little bit. A couple of our starters went down.
That's right. In fact, you bring up a good point. I remember in year one talking about you on the air when I didn't really know you well, talking about as what I deemed you as a utility pitcher. You had to save that year. You were a starter. You were a middle reliever, and you did it all.
Yeah, I mean, they just approached me during that time and said, hey, have you ever started before? I said, well, back in college, early college, I did. And they're like, well, what do you think?
Hot shot off of third. This one foul. So 2-1 the count here to Kevin Aarons. Skeeters trailing 6-1. We're joined here in the booth by Skeeter starter Michael Nix.
But yeah, I mean, they approached me and said, we think your body and your makeup and your stuff, like it would translate well to be a starter. You'd be able to maintain your velocity. And I said, well, heck, I mean, I'd give it a shot if y'all feel like it'd be a good idea. And it was a transition phase because
did they feel that out of the relievers and they need to start, you get the most pitches or you were most geared to be a starter?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was a strike thrower. That's number one. We look for a starter. You can't have a guy in there trying to pick right off the gate, especially when you're coming in just for one inning. So they felt like my ability to throw strikes and just, like I said, my body and my makeup would allow me to maintain my velocity. A lot of people would take, you know, after 2 innings or 3 innings, you see their velo kind of go down really, really quickly. And that was it was true. I mean, the struggle for me was blowing it up for an inning was a reliever, and then that second or third inning, kind of the energy level. So that was.
This one is a strike. The throw down to second, though, is in time, and it is not the Skeeters' night on the base path. Benson had been picked off earlier in this game, now caught stealing. He had led the league in stolen base percentage. He was a perfect 8-0, and now stolen 8 of 9. So Benson is out number 2.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was saying, the first 3, and I haven't really looked back at the stats, but I felt like the third inning was my kryptonite.
This one is popped up right side. Second baseman Rico Noel will haul it in for out number 3. Well, Michael, don't want to wear you out. You're starting tomorrow. Thanks a ton for joining us.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Skeeters starter Michael Nix. We are a third of the way through. The Skeeters get 1 back. They trail by 5, 6-1.
That is really good.
Yeah, it is. I don't know who invented the whole caramel salt thing, but it's a good combination of anything. This is sea salt too.
It is kind of weird at first, but like you get used to it. Man, it's a spot.
Coated in caramel. But their company is so big on healthy snacks. Like, how do you justify caramel being healthy there?
Visit TexasLiquorTicket.com for more information and safety tips for you and your family. Now leading off for Lancaster, check base number 6. Rico Bullpen.
Well, we move to the top of the 4th. Skeeters cut it to 5, but to take you through the next few, it's always handy to have my broadcast partner, Andy. Andy Humphrey, it's all yours, Andy.
Thank you, Ira. The top of the order due up for the Barnstormers, up 6-1 on the Skeeters in the top of the 4th. Sean Gleason out of the pen for his second inning of work, deals a strike on a breaking pitch. And it's 0-1 to Rico Noel, who has reached both times and scored both times. He's stolen a base, and he's also driven in a run tonight on a fielder's choice. Another called strike on the inside edge, 0-2 quickly to Rico Noel as Sean Gleason tries to play the role of vacuum, trying to suck up some innings for Gary Gaetti. 0-2 on the way. Fastball, tried to place it on that outside edge, but could not get it there, and it's 1-2.
It was just a little low. That did not miss by much.
It was about an inch off. Seemed to be over the plate, too, but maybe just a little low. 1-2, swing and a miss there, and a strikeout to Noel. Quick work by Gleason there, and he gets his 3rd strikeout since coming into the game.
Struck out 3 of the first 4 batters. This is exactly what Skeeters manager Gary Gaetti needs right now. Gotta think he's gonna throw at least 3.
And it feels good for Gleason because he did pitch pretty well in his last 3 games. Again, you mentioned earlier they didn't allow any runs, but he's had some rough starts this year and some rough relief appearances as well, trying to go long in games. This could be a really nice pick-me-up for him after the All-Star break. Here's Lastig's Millage. First pitch is bounced in the dirt and picked up by Wilfredo Rodriguez, ball 1.
And he's 1-6. His last win came back on May 3rd.
That's a long time. His role has kind of changed throughout the season as well. A breaking ball there, and it finds the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 to Millage, who has driven in 5 runs in the last 2 games. RBI double last time up, drove in 2. He also came around to score later in that second. Ground ball hit to the left side. It's foul down the third base line. It's 1-2 now to Millage, with the score 6-1 Barnstormers over the Skeeters, top of 4. 1 out, bases empty. Barnstormers can improve to over 500 in the second half after a bit of a rough start. 4-4 at the moment. Skeeters 3-4 to start half number 2. Breaking ball on the 1-2 is lifted foul to the right side, out of play. Not really the Skeeters' way that they wanted to start this one, especially on the road trip when they lost 4 one-run games. I think, if 1 or 2 of those went the Skeeters' way, you're talking about a much better start to the second half of the season and a much better standing in the table there. The 1-2 is a line drive in right center field. Coming on is Benson. He dives and he makes an unbelievable catch. Flips his hair up and throws it back into the infield. What a spectacular catch by Benson. 2 down.
Let the freak flag fly, and he certainly did. Through the air with that long hair, and I didn't think he had a chance to come up with that ball. What a play. I thought Gillespie was going to play it on a hop for a single, and Benson came out of nowhere. Talking about superheroes before, that was Superman-esque. A 2-arm dive to come up with that one.
Took away what would have definitely been a base hit and probably extra bases for Millage. What a play by Benson there. 2 down now, and here's Josh Bell, the designated hitter. First pitch is line foul into the screen there. It's strike 1. 1 for 2 is Bell on the night with a strikeout and a single. Lefty at the dish, righty on the mound. Gleason from the stretch, the 0-1. Up high, and it's a ball and a strike. Skeeters down 6-1 in the top of the 4th inning. One on the way from Gleason. Nice change up there, and it's swung on and missed by Bell. 1-2. Gleason's retired each of the first 5 batters he's faced. The 1-2 is swung on and just got a piece of it was Bell as it came off the catcher Rodriguez on the foul tip, and it's still 1-2. Late start this evening. Originally it was 6:05 start time. We ended up starting at 8:03 first pitch. Swing and a miss by Josh Bell. And another strikeout for Gleason. He's got 4 through 2 innings of relief work. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning at Constellation Field. Barnstormers have the lead here over the Skeeters, 6-1.
And to all the groups that are in the house, like say hello to Inspiration Spain, Texas Cable Group, Turkey Syndrome, also Prosperity Bank, St. Johnny, St. Luke's, Texas Vision Ball. Welcome. Also hello to Duke University Tip, Rock John Baseball in the house, the other Rose Derby Girl, and Memorial Ruben Bridge, Constellation Field, Texas Direct Auto in the house, along with Arms Wide Open Doctor Services, Constellation Energy. Welcome everybody. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game.
Back at Constellation Field, Skeeters still a pretty big mountain to climb, down 6-1. At the bottom of the fourth inning, still have a little bit of time to get back into it. Brian Pounds will lead it off in the 4th spot for the Skeeters, followed by Cole Gillespie and Hector Oliveira. Lefty on the mound, Jarrett Leverett at 50 pitches on the night. We'll face Brian Pounds now. Lined up, and the first pitch to Pounds is up and away from ball 1.
The thing about the Skeeters team, man, they never give up. Even games like tonight where you think, there's no way they can come back in this one, they always have a way of surprising.
Leverett with a 1-0, again high and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And I think, especially in this game where the Skeeters have a chance to take advantage of another left-handed starter, and they've only pushed around 1 run against them so far. But the last 2 games when they faced lefties, they chased that guy really quickly as another pitch misses up and away. It's 3-0 to Pounds.
I like this Barnstormer team is amongst the league leaders in team pitching. They're below the Skeeters. They are 6th at 433. The Skeeters right above them at 414. So certainly they are susceptible. Very good bullpen. Back end of that bullpen is very good, but some guys signed with part of that starting rotation.
3-0 is a called strike on the inside corner, and it's now 3-1 to Pounds.
The Skeeters need somebody to settle down this game, and Gleason has done it. He has struck out 4 of the 6 batters he has faced, and Everett here has walked 4 guys in this one.
3-1, swing and a miss, and Pounds now with a full count after getting ahead 3-0. Plus the Skeeters have kind of gifted some outs to the Barnstormers as well. Joe Benson caught stealing last inning. He was picked off earlier in the 1st, and Josh Prince was also picked off at second base. Trying to keep things mentally sound as well. 3-2, lifted high in the air, shallow right field, down the right field line, racing over his Garner, and he has a play. Gets there to make the catch just in fair territory down that right field line. And that's the first out. So Pounds retired, and Cole Gillespie comes up to the plate now for the Skeeters. Center fielder is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Gillespie, former Miami Marlin, he was there each of the last 2 seasons. First pitch is down and in for ball 1. On the way, and it's lifted foul and out of play to the right. 1-1 to Gillespie with Hector Oliveira on deck. 6-1, the Barnstormers lead it in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. 1-1 is up high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Infield playing straight up against Gillespie, so is the outfield. As the 2-1 comes home, and Gillespie drives it into right center field. Racing over is the right fielder Garner, who has a play, and makes another catch there for out number 2. Hector Oliveira, the designated hitter, now stands in. He's 0 for 1. Ground out to second base to start his night. Skeeters down 5 runs. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs, bases empty. Jarrett Leverett He's thrown 60 pitches on the night, and here is number 61. Breaking ball hit high and deep into left field. Racing back is the left fielder who makes an unbelievable grab at the wall. Running into that manual scoreboard is Lasting's Millage, and the former Met makes a spectacular grab to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Leverett, and after 4 innings of play, the Skeeters trail 6-1 to the Barnstormers.
Alrighty, fans, it is now time for the best mascot in the Atlantic League. It is time for Swanson. Swanson, coach, brought to you by HEB. Now tonight, fans, it's audience participation night. It is going to be Swanson Says. So, take a look at the Texas size video board, see what Swanson does, and let's see if you can do it as well. All right, Swanson, you're up. Oh, all right. Swanson, good way. You're going to swim. Oh, look at him. They're getting after it early. All right, great job. All right, Swanson, what's next? Oh, yeah. Let's see what you got. Oh, yeah. Right there, man. Looking good. Real good. Now he's next. Oh, go low. Go low. Go low. Oh, yeah. Good. All right. What we got now, Swanson? Oh, yeah. Good birdie. Here we go. Very well done. Ladies and gentlemen, the best mascot in the Atlantic League. It is Swanson. And I'm going to have the constellation deal with the Sugarland Skeeters tonight. Thank you, fans, for all of your support. Your Skeeters. Constellation Field, Targa. Constellation Energy.
Welcome back to Skeeters Baseball. Skeeters trail 6-1 to the Lancaster Barnstormers. Alongside Ira Liebman, I'm Andy Humphrey. The 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Barnstormers. Sean Halton to lead it off against Sean Gleason on the hill for Sugarland. First pitch up high, ball 1. Trey Robinson, Cole Garner due up after Halton, who has reached both times, once on a triple and later came around to score on a wild pitch and was also hit by a pitch as a breaking ball falls into the inside edge for a called strike. 1-1 to Halton. 30 pitches for Sean Gleason on the hill, coming in relief of Bobby Blevins. Down low on the next pitch, and it's 2-1. Blevins lasting just 2 innings, 6 earned runs, 8 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts for the righty. 51 pitches on the night. 2-1. Inside on the fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike to Halton. But since then, Gleason has come in and retired every batter he's faced. 6 up, 6 down. Right-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher as Halton waves the bat around in the right-handed batter's box. Breaking ball, a called strike 2 on the outside corner. Good pitch there from Gleason. Fills up the count at 3-2. See any holes still in that manual scoreboard from Lasting's Millage last catch out there, Ira?
It's funny you mentioned it. He, first of all, phenomenal catch.
3-2, chopped over the head of the pitcher, charging in Prince, second baseman, throws across the body to get the out at first base. So Halton retired on a nice play by Prince. Second time that he's had a nice play in this one. There was 1 down.
Each time that perfectly jumped in the air, caught the ball, and then crashed into the wall a couple years ago. When we were in Southern Maryland, Ryan Langerhans, former big leaguer, spent 10 years in the big leagues, did the same thing, except his hand went straight through the manual scoreboard in an attempt to catch that one. Did not come up with it. The Blue Crabs, funny, the next day, they used some tape that you get wrapped with, and they created a chalk outline on that manual scoreboard with his number on it.
First pitch to Trey Robinson is line foul to the left side, out of play. All of a sudden, I wonder about who is behind that manual scoreboard, and all of a sudden he sees a hand sticking out. What just happened?
Punched one of those numbers right out of it. I've been more impressive he came up with that.
Yeah, come on. 0-1 to Robinson, who's been on a tear in his last 3 games. He takes a breaking ball high. It's 1-1.
Astro fans will always remember Lancaster. He was watching the ball sail over his head for a home run in the playoffs as the Astros advanced.
That's right. 1-1 from Gleason. Breaking ball is hit slowly in front of the catcher. Racing out Rodriguez, throws to first. And a good play by the Skeeters catcher there to get Trey Robinson and retire him for the second out.
He's now 8 straight retired by Gleason. 9, actually 10 straight. Skeeters pitching overall.
And that's saying something against a guy like Robinson, who in the last 4 games, including this one, is 11 for his last 14. He
really
absolutely on a tear. Went 4 for 5 last night. Finished the All-Star break with back-to-back 3-hit games. What a job he has done. And not necessarily driving in the runs, but at least getting on base. And the next batter, Cole Garner, chops one to the left. Tough play for Aarons, threw kind of awkwardly on the run, but he gets it there in time to get Garner. And another 1-2-3 inning for Gleason. 3 straight perfect frames for the right-handed reliever. And we're halfway through this one. The Skeeters still trailing the Barnstormers 6-1.
Yourself on the Texas Science video board, snuggle up next to a special someone, and do what they just did right there. Nice on the swing. Kiss hand. There you go. Right here at Constellation Field. Make sure to grab a tasty treat from the right by the press box. We're headed on in outdoors. Check it out during tonight's game. Vince Mountain celebrated friends with Breakwood. World playing community at the Point Sugarland on December 12th. Like to thank you for years of careful planning and hard work. It's just a full milestone. City.
Events Constellation Field, the Dick's Sporting Goods will host National Pro Fast Pitch Softball Camps on July 20th and the 21st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just $65 a day. Campers ages 8 to 13 will get coaching tips from professional softball players along with many other prizes. Plus, join us for 3 National Pro Fast Pitch Softball games later on both days. For more information and to sign up, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com. Your Sugarland Skeeters trail 6-1 to the Lancaster Barnstormers alongside Ira Lehman and Andy Humphrey. Bottom of the 5th we go at Constellation Field. Wilfredo Rodriguez, Travis Scott, Derek Miller, the men due up to the plate. 7, 8, and 9 hitters against the lefty, Jarrett Lever. He's trying to settle in here. He's retired the last 5. And first pitch way outside. Gets it past the catcher, Anderson De La Rosa, to the backstop. It's ball 1 to Rodriguez.
Going high and the right over the kid, the catcher Anderson De La Rosa. Let's see, it slipped.
Here's the 1-0 to Rodriguez, who drew a walk his first time up. He takes a called strike on the low third of the zone, and it's 1-1. First game back from injury for Wilfredo. 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Leverett. Ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rodriguez was one of the hottest hitters for the Skeeters before he went down to injury. Comes into this game hitting .315. 1-2. Breaking ball slashed into left field. This will be a base hit in front of Lastings, Millage in left. And Wilfredo keeps it going. First game back from injury, and he has reached both times, once on a walk and once on a single.
Well, he's talking about how he's going well. He goes the other way, but he really pulled that ball and scolded it into left. The wind, by the way, that usual wind that blows in because of all that rain is keeping the flags very limp, and be a good moment for Travis Scott to be hitting from the left side as he does.
We mentioned it earlier how when the rain was rolling through, they were almost blowing off their poles. Here is Travis Scott, and the first pitch is lined well into center field, but timing it up well is Trey Robinson, and he makes the grab in center for the first out, and Scott retired with a man on first base. Here comes Derek Miller.
That was a tough play. Robinson made it look eerie, kind of a squibber out there. I thought it was going to be an easy base hit, but Robinson charged up and played it very well.
Yeah, it looked like it might dip at the very last second, but Robinson made sure that he got his footwork right and got to the ball in a timely manner. 1 out, 1 on, still 6-1 Barnstormers, bottom of the 5th. Derek Miller, the batter, and he swings and lines the first pitch into the screen for strike 1. Scored the only Skeeters run so far. He led off the 3rd inning with a double down the left field line. Came in on the Josh Prince sac fly. 0-1 from Leverett. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch, and Miller behind 0-2. Miller in his first action since the All-Star break did not play last night. Skeeters finally have some flexibility on their bench with Fredo Rodriguez and Travis Scott off the DL. 0-2 from Leverett. Breaking ball again. This one stayed high. It's now 1-2 to Miller with Rodriguez still at first, 1 away. Bottom of the 5th, and Skeeters down by 5 runs. Skeeters have hit well against lefties all year, but so far just 3 base hits against them tonight. 1-2 on the way. His line foul into the screen again, and Miller stays alive with the ball in 2 strikes. As a comparison, the Skeeters hitting just .238 against righties. That's about a 60-point difference.
Leverett now with 70 pitches on the nose, 41 for strikes.
No action in the Barnstormers bullpen, but a few guys getting loose and stretching. 1-2 again, hit foul into the screen by Miller, fighting hard in this battle against Leverett. With the top of the order, Joe Benson waiting on deck. Rodriguez with the lead off of first. Leverett looks at him and now kicks home the 1-2. Again, line foul. This one over the screen, and Reeve went over the roof of Constellation Field as well. Still 1-2 to Miller. Trying to wait for the right pitch from Leverett and drive it into one of the gaps to try and bring Rodriguez home. Skeeters are running out of time to get these runs. 1-2 on the way. It's a jam shot, it's foul, and lands in the Skeeters dugout on the first base side. Nice grab by, is that a staff member in there?
Oh no, that's one of the trainers.
A barehanded play.
Good about here by Derek Miller. That was the 8th pitch.
It's still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Miller finally taking a pitch there. Trying to fight a little bit further against Leverett. Third baseman Nate Coronado now hugging that third base line after Derek Miller's double a few innings ago. 2-2 is low and in, and now it's full, 3-2.
Goodness, this is something back. 10 pitches Miller's taking in.
Leverett set at the belt, and the payoff pitch. Again, hit foul to the right.
Travis Scott for that back earlier this year, the 16 pitch at bat.
Where are we at, 11?
Yep.
Is this number 11 or is this number 12?
11.
That was 11, so this is 12. Wow. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 man on first for the Skeeters, down 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Again, hit foul into the screen by Miller. 12 pitches into the at-bat. We'll see number 13 in a few moments. Miller not backing down against Leverett.
There's that 1 glove. There are 2 batting gloves. Half old school, half new school.
Another payoff pitch from Leverett. Again, it's hit foul into the screen. Probably the same spot as the last one. I'm talking about where it hit on the screen, not on the in the strike zone. Just right in front of us, just about 5 feet to the right of home plate and straight back. 14th pitch of the at-bat coming to Derek Miller. 3-2. And Miller hits a foul again on the top of the screen. Man, this is something.
I said Scott was the longest at bat I'd ever seen anywhere. Major leagues, minor leagues, and a shot to tie to beat it.
Leverett hit 70 pitches earlier in this at-bat. He's now hit 80. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and Miller goes down on strikes after a very hard-fought battle. A 15-pitch at-bat, and he is out number 2.
Tough. Miller really hung in there tough. Really a great at-bat. He struck out. He fouled off at 1 point. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitches.
So 2 down, still that runner at first base, and the Skeeters down 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Joe Benson. First pitch from Leverett, and Benson takes it on the outside edge for a called strike, 0-1. Well, Benson in kind of a new role in the lineup. He's the leadoff man tonight, and he's done the job as the leadoff man. He's gotten on base both times on a walk and a single, but he's been caught on the base paths both times as well, which is not what he wanted the leadoff man to do. And the 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses low and in, and it's 1-1 now to Benson. Benson was thrown out at home plate last night, going through a stop sign at third. Putting the lineup at the top spot tonight. Still getting on base. He's gotten on base every time that he's come to the plate in this series so far. 1-1 pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Benson. Josh Prince waiting on deck. Skeeters down 6-1 to the Barnstormers. And on first and 2 away. In the bottom of the 5th, Leverett with a 2-1. And it slowly bounced foul down the third base line, rolls into the Lancaster dugout. And it's 2-2 now to Benson.
If you're Leverett, you just want to try to get through this 5th to qualify for the win, but he has another batter or 2. He might not make it. He's got 84 pitches.
Two and 2 to Benson with 2 away and man on first. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Into the set is Leverett. The kick and the delivery. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Benson flips the bat and the helmet away. And that does it for the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, and a man left for the Skeeters. We're through 5 at Constellation Field. Skeeters trailing the Lancaster Barnstormers 6-1.
Experience authentic country living today. Clean furniture. Party fans Saturday night at the ballpark. You know what that means. It's time for the deep of the heart of Texas sing-along. Everybody up on your feet, clap your hands. Here comes the unofficial state song, Texas.
Skeeters still down 6-1 as we enter inning number 6, Constellation Field. Anderson De La Rosa leading off for the Barnstormers in this top of the 6th. Catcher in the 7 hole, followed by Nate Coronado and Vladimir Frias. De La Rosa taking some time getting out of the on-deck circle. Probably didn't have a lot of time there to get off the catcher gear. He steps up. Radio board.
What movie was that from?
That's
come on.
Yeah, the clip they just played on the video board. That was Adam Sandler sitting in front and somebody else, Jerry Seinfeld.
No, that was the guy from American Pie. The kid that always gets himself into shenanigans.
There you go. That pitch hit high into left center field, shallow left center, and racing in was Gillespie, who ran it down all the way from deep center. One pitch, one out for Gleason, who has retired 10 consecutive batters since coming in during the 3rd inning. In relief of the starter, Bobby Blevins, he has really done the job for Gary Gaetti tonight. No base runners since the 2nd.
That's much more for a long run.
This next pitch hit down the line and foul down the first base line as Nick Coronado has strike 1.
So 27 of 38 pitches for strikes.
Coronado 1 for 2. Singled and scored in that big 4-run second for the Barnstormers. They scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and lead 6-1 in this top of the 6th. Fastball missed inside. It's 1-1 to Coronado. Here is the 1-1 from Gleason. Down low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Vladimir Frias on deck for the Barnstormers. Two-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike, and it evens the count at 2-2 to Coronado. Skeeters down 5 runs. Base is empty, 1 out in the top of the 6th. 2-2. Breaking ball is low, and it's 3-2. Skeeters being out hit 8-3 in this one. No errors so far. Not very many men left on base either for both sides. Both teams have 3 left. Payoff pitch. That's over the plate below for ball 4, and Coronado is the first base runner against Sean Gleason as he takes a walk with 1 out.
Actually, the first walk of the day for Skeeters pitching.
Blevins was cleaned in that category. Had 2 strikeouts, but did give up 6 runs on 8 hits. Just 2 innings of work. Up steps the shortstop for the Barnstormers, Vladimir Frias. All-star shortstop is 1 for 2. Singled in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 3rd. A very lengthy conversation with Reggie Lickens after that called 3rd strike in the 3rd inning. As he takes 1 low for ball 1. Left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher with Aarons at 3rd, playing even with the bag. Scott holding on the runner at first, Coronado, and they'll move there. That's close, and safe is the call.
They're a great right-hander for the Skeeters with a fantastic move, and Evans just missed him.
Skeeters have had 2 of their own base runners get picked off in this game so far. 1-0 is hit foul to the left. This will find the seats. It's 1-1 to Frias. Gleason now going to tap his forearm with the rosin bag. (6-1). The Barnstormers on top. They won 7-4 last night. This is the 2nd game of a 6-game series between these two. Runner goes on the 1-1, hit to the left, on the ground. Aaron's only plays at first, and he'll get it there in time for out number 2, moving up to 2nd, Coronado.
makes it look so easy out there. He's so smooth, so fluid, just kind of waiting for that chopper to get to him and just says it's a first.
So 2 men out and a man on second. As the top of the order returns.
Listen, almost the same amount of pitches now as Blevins. He's got 47 pitches and he's doing 15 to 1, 30 for strikes.
Pitch on the way to Rico Noel, and it's low for ball 1. Noel 1 for 3, a double in the first inning, came around to score. Drove in a run on a fielder's choice in the second and later came around to score as well. Fourth inning, he struck out swinging. 1-0 is low in the dirt and smothered by the catcher Rodriguez. And it's 2-0. Hastings Millage on deck for the Barnstormers. Coronado at second, Noel at the plate with a 2-0 count. Top of the 6th inning. Skeeters trailing 6-1. 2-0 pitch is a strike called on the outside edge. A snap throw to second is not in time. Diving back safely, Coronado.
Throw might have had a chance out of him. Prince a lot of credit. That was a tough in between hop. He had a grab to get that one from going into center field.
Right-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher as Gleason digs his feet into that area around the rubber. It might be tough dirt since we had some rain come in earlier today. It's been sitting under a tarp for quite a while. 2-1 is called strike. Nice breaking pitch from Gleason, and he evens the count on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters have a lefty warming up in the pen. I believe that is Scott Main. 2-2. Another slider called strike 3, and Gleason strikes out Noel for the second time in this game. No runs, no hits, a man left, and the Skeeters go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still down 6-1 to the Barnstormers.
Visit your local election. Now a member of Texas Farm Bureau today. Hey fans, it is now time to ring the bell. Brought to you by Belhaven University. A chance to show off, test your knowledge, and possibly win $500 in free tuition. The Belhaven University. Jessica's down on the first base side of the field with the nice detectives. And all the details. All right, Jessica, take it away.
Yes, I'm down with Valerie and Byron and they're going to test their knowledge and ring the bell. It's the best of 3 trivia questions. Take a look at the first one.
Who leads the game of outlaws in sheriff?
Who leads the game of outlaws in sheriff Forest? Valerie was first to the bell.
That is correct.
Robinhood is correct.
Question, who stole
One for Valerie. Second question, who stole Christmas from Dr. Seuss book? Oh,
Grinch is correct. All right, so last question.
Grinch is correct. All right, so last
What is
question.
the name of the wizard at the court of King Arthur?
What is the name of the wizard at the court of King Arthur?
Merlin is correct. That means Valerie is going to be our winner.
Merlin is correct. That means Valerie is going to be our winner. A ring the bell brought to you by Belhaven University. Back up to you, Shane.
And ring the bell brought to you by Belhaven, where you can get your degree at Belhaven University of Houston. For the affordable price of 1 night a week, you can do this. Belhaven University offering bachelor's and master's programs to start soon. Apply now at houston.belhaven.edu. Alright, fans, a chance for everybody in the house to win some free Raisin Canes, courtesy of the Raisin Canes in Sugarland. And here's how it happens, fans. The Skeeters hit 3 foul balls.
Another pitcher on the hill, another lefty for the Barnstormers. It is John Anderson. Anderson 0-1 with a 4.80 ERA. He'll be making his 32nd appearance. He has started 1 game. 30 innings, he has struck out 35, but he has walked 22 and allowed 21 hits. Last time out on July 7th in a 3-2 loss to the Revolution, he went 2 innings, allowed no runs, 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 4. It leaves Jarrett Leverett, who is in line for the win right now. Leverett goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run at reserve, 4 walks, and 4 Ks.
So all things considered, a pretty solid night from Jared Leverett. He had a rough start walking the first 3 batters of the game, and 2 of those guys got thrown out on the base pads. Then he really settled down after that. Did allow 1 run in the 3rd after the leadoff double to Derek Miller. He came in on a sac fly. But all in all, 3 hits in 5 innings of work. You got to be happy if you're Ross Peters, manager for the Barnstormers. So up steps Josh Prince against the new lefty John Anderson as the Skeeters trail 6-1 to the Barnstormers in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Good news for Skeeter fans. Anderson has struggled lately. Last 4 games, 5 2/3 inning. He has an ERA of 11.12.
The way the Skeeters have hit against lefties, they can try and cut into this lead a bit. So here is Prince. First pitch is swung on and missed. Tipped into the mitt, rather, as he falls behind 0-1. No official at-bats yet for Prince. He's walked in the 1st inning, and then he drove in a run on a sac fly in the 3rd.
A former 28th round pick by the Blue Jays in 2008. To AAA with the Jays with Buffalo in 2015 and last season. Finally, career numbers 23 and 32 with a 4.61 ERA.
He's with the Blue Jays system as early as last year. The AAA affiliate in Buffalo, as well as the AA team in New Hampshire. 1-1 to Prince. Fastball lifted high in the air, shallow right. Coming in, Garner a few steps, and now he settles underneath a few steps to the right at the last second, and he makes the grab for out number 1.
Shortstop number 4.
Kevin Aaron's now the batter. Aaron's 0 for 1, a walk and a pop out. Skeeters down 5 runs, bottom of the 6th, bases empty, 1 out. Anderson standing 6'2", 225 pounds from Berkeley, California, but now he calls Tampa, Florida home. Went to both coasts. Up high on the first pitch, ball 1. He just missed the beach. That's what happened. It's got to be a different time change. Okay, you've been everywhere. What's your favorite time zone?
You mean to kind of stay in
Let's stay in America, first of all. 1-0 is a called strike on the lower 3rd of the zone, 1-1. Let's stay in America. What's your favorite time zone?
Well,
it can be whatever criteria you want.
Okay, well, the California time zone is nice because you always are several hours ahead, meaning you're earlier than everybody else, so there's things you can do, whereas most of the world, or at least most of the United States, operates on Eastern Standard Time. So even when I was in New York on the East Coast, that's more real time. Like, you don't have that extra time here. If I want to talk to a friend a little later in the day, I still have an hour, but you have 3 full hours if you're talking to somebody on the East Coast when you're in California.
Slow bouncer down the third base line, rolls foul, and it's still 1-2 to Aaron's.
But in California, you're a little bit too early sometimes. I couldn't get used to watching the 1 o'clock NFL game on the East Coast at 10 a.m.
See, I can, because I'm sort of a morning person that way. I'll get up for college football at 11 a.m. It's not that much different here in Central Time when you're doing that. So, I don't think that's too big of a difference. Of course, college football is so much earlier than down in California. That's like 9 a.m. over there.
And even for baseball games, the game would start at 5 o'clock. You're not even home from work yet. Like, you miss so much.
Well, you're just getting in, and then you can listen to it on the radio as you're driving home, maybe. Outside, 2-2 to Aaron's.
But when I was on the East Coast, my whole day was planned around the game at 7 o'clock. I got home, get ready, I started dinner, and then the game starts, and you're kind of planning the rest of your night around the game instead of missing really that first third of the game.
Okay, that's an interesting take. 2-2. Aaron's chops it foul down the third base line. Is that 3 foul balls? There you go. Fans get and Raising Cane's, I believe. Now, I think the Mountain Time Zone is probably the best.
Why is that?
Well, because it's that happy medium, because you're not going to the extremes, and you're talking about the East Coast versus West Coast, but what about right in the middle? And I think Central Time Zone is a little bit less ideal than Mountain Time if you're talking about, trying to get to bed early and stuff like that. Again, it's foul back into the backstop. That was the foul ball that gave the fans raising canes. I think Mountain Time Zone, you know, most things are starting around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
As far as games. So,
I
think
do
that's
like that start
time.
because if a game goes into extra innings, it's still only 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Right. Yeah, I mean, some of these events, like, you know, the fights, the UFC fights sometimes, you know, certainly Mayweather-McGregor is going to be on at midnight, of course. It's much nicer if you're a little bit to the left of the East Coast there. Outside to Ahrens, it's 3-2. With one out and the bases empty, the Skeeters down 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th. I've spent time on the West Coast each of the last 2 summers and really started to enjoy, you know, getting to watch, you know, evening baseball at around 5. This 3-2 is hitting the air to right. It's straight at Garner. He makes the grab, and it's out number 2. So 2 outs for the reliever, John Anderson, in the 6th inning. Brian Pounds now the batter. Pounds 0 for 2, a strikeout in the 1st, and a fly out to right. John Anderson, the former Blue Jays prospect, toes the rubber. Pounds, the Houston native, will swing at the first pitch and line it foul over the screen. Strike 1 to Pounds. Barnstormers 6, Skeeters 1. Skeeters being out-hit by Lancaster 8-3. No errors in this game. 4 left on base by the Barnstormers, 3 left by the Skeeters. 0-1. And Pounds hits this pretty well into left center field, but it will hang up in the air for the center fielder, Trey Robinson. He makes the grab for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning in relief for John Anderson. And through 6 innings of play at Constellation Field, our score, Barnstormers 6 and the Skeeters 1.
It is the Powerball Challenge, brought to you by Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's. 1 love. All right, it's now time for the Texas Lottery Lucky Road. Got a Lucky Road. We'll be winning some scratch off tickets and various sundry other prizes. All right, here they are, Section 6, no Jenny. Hey, congratulations, guys. You are the winners. Texas Lottery Lucky Road. Thank you for supporting Texas education and better. Meanwhile, parents, everybody else, you got your chance to make some great t-shirts for the t-shirt toss. Brought to you by Texas Gun Club. Texas Gun Club, a fun, friendly, and safe shooting sports experience. Guy Healthy Snacks is proud to sponsor Deacon's Dugout game for the former professional baseball player. Skeeters Special Advisor Deacon Jones. Deacon's Dugout is created to help Sugarland Skeeters get back to the community. And every game, Deacon's Dugout hosts special. If you'd like to know how you can get your organization involved in Deacon's Dugout, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com. Deacon's Dugout, brought to you by Guy Healthy Snacks. Good time to try. And it's called the Bullpen is brought to you by Texas Sugarland Auto. Texas Drag offering a whole line of services. Operate shirts, service vehicles.
Skeeters down 6-1 as we enter the 7th. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Skeeters Baseball.
Skeeters number 32, Scott Maine. I'd like you to shout out to Barry Johnson, celebrating a Barry.
Gleason out of the game now for the Skeeters, and on comes the lefty Scott Maine. Maine this year for Sugarland, appearing for the 15th time. 2.84 ERA and an 0-1 record. 12 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 6 runs, 6 walks and 8 strikeouts from Maine, who relieves Sean Gleason. A phenomenal job by the Skeeters reliever as he goes 4 no-hit innings. The only blemish was the walk in the 6th, and he strikes out 5 guys and gets his team to the 7th inning. So Maine comes on, and to take you the rest of the way, here's the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Liebman. Ira.
Thanks, Andy. Here in the top half of the 7th inning, going to be Last Things Milledge, Josh Bell, and Sean Halton, 2, 3, and 4. Milledge has driven in 3 with a ground out and a double. They drove in 2 and then really robbed his last time up. Slow number. First baseman Travis Scott will pick it up, touch first himself, and quickly 1 pitch, 1 out, like a broken bat off the fists. 3 unassisted put out is the first out, bringing Josh Bell. Bell, the switch hitter, will bat here from the right side against the southpaw Maine. He has struck out twice and sandwiched between a single, so he's 1 for 3. Came in hitting .333 with a home run and 1 RBI. Wears those pants, Andy Ramirez style, below the heels. As baggy as they can be. You like the baggy look? Or no? Or are you more old school?
I'm always in favor of whatever the players feel is most comfortable, but I'm more of a high socks kind of guy. That's what I always did in Little League, I guess.
The 1-0, Swan and fisted foul. Bell kind of tomahawked that one down and off his fists. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Skeeters trailing by 5, 6-1 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Reverse what happened last night was the Skeeters up 4-1. They lost 7-4. Maybe down 6-1. They will be the victor. One swung and missed. 1-2 to count. Being a big part of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs team last year, and it might be the dark horse to win the championship. You can win that 1-game playoff July 28th. The first half was not decided because these Barnstormers in Southern Maryland finished tied in the first half, and they had a rain out, so they're going to make that one up to decide the first half here in the second half. Barnstormers lose that game. Southern Maryland will be the first half champs, and they're a very solid team, and they upset some people to the title match 2 years ago, but lost to Somerset when they won the championship. This is good one last year.
If that starting rotation for Southern Maryland stays together, man, watch out.
Payoff pitch, swung and missed, strike 3. Out number 2 here for Maine, and that's the type of team that it's kind of the perfect balance where nobody will most likely get picked up. Guys are good, but not too good. Not too old, not old enough to get picked up. And their lineup is almost the same every night. 3 and 4 hitters are both all-stars. They have a lights-out closer in Cody Epley, who has probably passed the point where he'd get picked up, even though he is racking up some saves. First pitch here is a little bit high and outside. Ball in, no strikes on all-star Sean Halton. He is second in the league with 23 saves. David Carpenter will have to be consistent, but he's on the right team because Bridgeport plays a lot of close games. He could challenge the Atlantic League single save record, which is 49 by Somerset closer John Hunton, who is still with the Patriots, although not the dominant force he used to be. So the all-time save leader as well. A 2-0 here to Halton. This one swung and chopped toward third. High chopper, Pounds has it. The toss across in time, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. 7th inning stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters trailing 6-1.
You know what that means. It's 7th inning stretch time. Big hand for the ball game. The leaders in that rendition is the voice of the Skeeters, Mr. Ira Lehman.
Thank you,
Ira Lehman, take it away.
Ready for the 7th inning stretch?
Skeeters fans, ready for the 7th inning stretch?
Are you guys ready?
You guys waited long enough. Are you guys ready?
3, 1, 2.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker
Buy me some
Jacks.
peanuts and
I don't
Cracker
care
Jacks.
if I ever get back, so just root for the Skeeters. first. It's a shame. Sing it with me. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball. Let's go, Skeeters!
Let's go, Skeeters!
Barnstormers dip into the bullpen once again, and they bring out a right-hander now, and it's Kevin Munson who takes over as the third pitcher of the night for the Barnstormers. 2-3 with a 3.86 ERA in 33 games and 1 save. 30 in the third innings pitched, 25 hits, 13 runs, 15 walks, 39 strikeouts, league hitting .227 against Munson, the native of Edison, New Jersey. And he takes over for John Anderson, who had a 1-2-3-6.
Munson is 28 years old, originally from Roanoke, Virginia. Went to James Madison University in Virginia, as well as a 4th-round pick of Arizona in 2010. And last year with these Barnstormers and at AAA with Tacoma, the Mountaineers AAA affiliate. Before that, he has spent his entire career with the Diamondbacks. Got drafted because of a great junior year at James Madison. He was 8-1 with a 1.64 ERA and 10 saves. How's that for a career? That was just in 28 games. The Skeeters getting late here. They're down 6-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. For Sugarland, it'll be Cole Gillespie, Hector Oliveira, and Wilfredo Rodriguez. Munson has allowed just 1 walk over his last 10 starts. He has struck out 9 in 10 innings during that span. So during that span, he faced 42 batters, just that 1 free pass. This one, a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Gillespie gets the Skeeters started here in the 7th inning. It's his first hit of the night. He's 1 for 3. And that'll bring in Hector Oliveira. Oliveira has grounded up to second and really was robbed. A great play in left field by Lasting Tillage, who jumped at the wall and caught it as he crashed into the manual scoreboard. Yeah, Oliveira can keep it going here. Last year for these Barnstormers, 2-0 with a 3.09 ERA in 12 appearances. For Tacoma, he was 2-1 with a 4.44 ERA in 19 appearances. First pitch here is a little bit high. Oliveira was bailing out there. 1 ball in, no strikes to count. Munson stands in there at 6'2", 215. The 1-0, this one swung and missed. Harrelson's character in Kingpin, his name was Munson. What was his first name? Bill Murray, they're bowlers. Munson lost his hand because Murray tricked him and kind of got mugged by these guys, and they took his hand, and eventually he...
Wasn't Walt, was it?
I don't think so. This one swung and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
What movie is this again?
Kingpin.
Kingpin. Can't say it's...
One of those more underrated Bill Murray movies. In here, the right-hander looking at first at Gillespie. It's a decent lead, but not huge. This one chop foul off at third. Just past Gary Gaeta. We'll have to do some investigative reporting tomorrow. Gary switched from his patented number 8, which is more in the big leagues, to 88.
Roy Munson.
Roy Munson, that's right. So playing an Amish guy was Randy Quaid, who of course most people know from those vacation movies. He was Chevy Chase's wacky brother in the trailer. The 1-2. One swung and just getting a piece of that one, just in and out of the mid of Anderson De La Rosa. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Skeeters are down by 5-6-1 here in the 7th. Still nobody out. Runner at first for Sugarland. Bill Murray owns part of the St. Paul Saints and the Myers Miracle. Got a favorite Bill Murray movie?
Oh, gotta be Caddyshack.
This one swung, popped up. Shallow right field, the second baseman, Rico Noel, backtracks and reaches up and behind him at the last second to haul it in. Caddyshack and classic.
Just because of the layers of funny.
There's so many.
Multiple. That's what I like. That's the kind of humor that I like. Multiple layers. If you got just one layer, it's not gonna work.
Also a movie that features not only Bill Murray, but Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase. It's quite a movie. Another sports movie that people forget about. Munson last time out, 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts, and a 5-4 York win. The Barnstormers and York, Yankees Red Sox, they call it Battle of the Roses, goes all the way back to England. York and Lancaster back in England. White Rose City and the Red Rose City. You have them both in York and Lancaster, Pennsylvania when you come into the town, the Red and White Rose. Although they play for a cup you would think would call it be the Rose Cup, but it is not. It's called the Community Cup, and every year it's sitting in one of the press boxes. Whoever wins the overall series. I don't know what they do if they tie the series. Maybe they'll chop it in half.
Well, whoever won it last time probably gets to keep it because the other team didn't win it back.
Might be. We'll have to consult the voice of the Barnstormers. Dave Collins on that one. No balls and 2 strikes here on Wilfredo Rodriguez with 1 on and 1 out. Skeeters down 6-1 here in the 7th. This one high, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Rodriguez been on base both times with a walk and a single. Game originally started for a 6:05 start. Past an hour and a half rain delay. 10:18, considering the hour and a half this game. Too late. End after 11 most likely. 6:05 tomorrow as well on a Sunday fun day in a Swanson Bobble Belly giveaway. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Former Skeeters pitcher Dan Meadows here in the crowd. And part of the 2015 Skeeters team. Oh, even former Skeeters still like to come out and see their team. This one hit into right field, a low sinking line drive. That's going to fall in front of the right fielder Garner. Skeeters in business here with runners on first and second and only 1 away. And Rodriguez on base for the 3rd time with 2 hits and a walk. Travis Scott has hit 2 balls on the nose. Line drives to center, but right at Trayvon Robinson, the Barnstormers center fielder. And there is literally no wind in here, except for my fan here in the booth. The flag's completely limp. And right center, hold an opportunity. A home run here would certainly make this a 6-4 game. Trailing 6-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Let's take a look at some of those other Atlantic League scores as well. Skeeters got started a little late tonight, so all the other games are final. Bridgeport Bluefish over the York Revolution 5-4. Southern Maryland lost. The New Britain Bees topped them at home 4-1. A 2-hour, 19-minute affair. I'm very envious of that.
Who is it?
And the Long Island Ducks victorious over the Somerset Patriots 7-4 tonight in Long Island.
1 ball and no strikes here to Travis Scott. Runners on first and second, 1 away here in the 7th. Skeeters down by 5-6-1. Munson kind of looks in, dangles that right arm. He kind of moves the right arm, saying, I want another sign instead of shaking it off. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up. Behind home plate, will this stay in play? De La Rosa gives it a look, but that will reach the seats over the net. A 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Again, the Skeeters down 6-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And Michael Nix joined us here in the booth earlier. He'll be on the hill tomorrow night for the Skeeters. 7-5 with a 2.13 ERA, which leads the Atlantic League. The right-hander will face Southpaw Rami Lewis, who's 5-5 with a 5.08 ERA. The 1-1. Swung on, popped up. Shallow left center field. Hughes wants it. It's going to be the left fielder. Last thing's Millage, who brings it down to the second out. So 2 on and 2 out. As Derek Miller steps in. Skeeters right-handed hitting left fielder has doubled and scored and struck out at that last at bat with the strikeout. A 15-pitch at bat. 8 foul balls by Miller. He can reach. He'll turn the order over for Joe Benson. Back to the top of the order. Step in, number 6 steps in with the Skeeters trailing 6-1. Last year, Patrick Palmero wore number 6. Now with those blue crowns we spoke of. This one is just a little low. Good eye by Miller. 1 ball and no strikes to count. The Maryland mentioned that if they win that game against the Barnstormers on July 28th, they would win the first half there. They're off to a good start here in the second half. They're in first place, a game and a half over York. Game and a half as well over the Barnstormers and 2 over the Skeeters. John Harris, the former big leaguer with the Angels and last year hitting coach for Bridgeport, the skipper of that squad. This one is high, 2 balls and no strikes. With the Angels during the strike-short season of '81, and also played on that team with Britain manager Stan Kleiber. 2 balls and no strikes to count here to Derek Miller with that very straight-up stance from the right side. The 2-0 swung and missed, and a ball low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Can't really flash any signs. It's hard to do anything. I mean, you don't want to hit and run, strike them out, throw them out when you're down 5 runs. Skeeters trailing 6-1 here in the last of the 7th. Munson gets the side, looks at second. Will kick and fire home. This one in the dirt. This one gets away from the catcher, goes up the third base line, but nice play by the all-star catcher De La Rosa. The runner advances.
That's unfortunate because if it wasn't up the third base line, it probably gives Gillespie a better chance to try and get to third there. But unluckily for him, it was a much better angle for De La Rosa to come up throwing.
3-1 now to the count here to Miller. So good situation. Ball 4 loads the bases. Granny give you a 1-run deficit. It was a good pitch, or a bad pitch rather. Load the bases. The 3-1. Swan and half a swing. Slow roll to the short. Not going to be able to turn 2. They go to second for 1. And that will do it. Fielder's choice goes down 6-4. There's threatening to get no runs, however. 2 hits. No errors. 2 men left on base. We are through 7 innings of play. Skeeters still down 6-1 in this one.
Check them out. 16549 Southwest Freeway. It is Floyd's Asian Seafood and Texas Steakhouse. I'd like to give a shout out to Pepperonis for providing the team meals tonight. Check the back of your tickets for a great deal of pepperonis and check them out on the web. Pepperonis.net. All righty, man. It is now time to show me. Hey! That's good. Always Jim down on the first base side of the field. And JJ going to be giving away some cash tonight. All right, Jessica, what did you just do there?
$50
Tonight I have $50 in my hand for a lucky season ticket holder out there, so get excited. See where we're going to go.
Let's see, what about the first base side?
All right, let's see. What about the first base side?
What about the third base side?
Still nothing. What about the third base side?
I'm heading over this way. What about section number 16?
What about section number 16?
Get up, get excited.
Wait a minute. It's okay. You can get up, get excited.
What about section number 18?
What about section number 18?
This way.
Not much going on over here. This way. So I can hit on the cart.
trail 6-1 to the Barnstormers going to the 8th. Haley, the 4th pitcher on the night for Sugarland. On the season, Haley 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA in 27 games, 26 2/3 innings pitched, 25 hits, 8 runs, 21 walks, 22 strikeouts for Haley, Luke hitting .260 against him as he comes on for Scott Main for a 1-2-3 7th inning, threw in a strikeout there as well.
Haley will try to keep it going. You look back at this game, Bobby Levins got off to that tough start. Got all 6 runs in the first 2 innings, but his relievers last night were not good. Tonight, thrown in 5 shutout frames and really done a phenomenal job. And have allowed just 2 hits. They have allowed no hits in 5 innings. In relief, they have walked just 1 batter while striking out 6. That is the Skeeters relief where they're used to. Beaumont, Texas native Trey Haley will take over here. He has that great fastball. See if he can keep it going here for the Skeeters. Haley, number 26, is 6'4", 215. Really from Nacogdoches, Texas. This year, that Altoona earlier this year has been as high as AAA, 9 years as a pro for the right-hander. At least one problem is he walks too many batters, but see what he does here. He will face Trayvon Robinson, Cole Garner, and Anderson De La Rosa. 5, 6, and 7 here in the Barnstormers order. Skeeters trailing 6-1. Haley and the Skeeters would like to keep it that way. Owen steps the switch, hitting Robinson, batting here from the left side against the right-hander Haley. He has singled, he had a sac fly, and he grounded out last time up, so he's 1 for 2. One swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike here on Trayvon. I can't say I ever heard that name before Robinson, but I really like it.
Got Trayvon. So he goes by Trey. I don't know who, his official name is Trayvon. I don't know who may call him Trayvon, but
well, when he was in Somerset, they called him Trayvon. To continue it. Well, before Haley allowed a run against those Patriots, took the loss on July 9th. He had 6 straight appearances, allowing an earned run. One high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Robinson. Trayvon 270, Robinson 270. 9 home runs and 19 RBIs. Mr. Robinson's neighborhood lately. The 1-2. Trey Haley versus Trayvon Robinson. Battle of the Trays. He spells his name T-R-E-Y. Trayvon does a T-R-E-Y. Haley actually got a plate appearance earlier this year. And 0 for 1. Kind of short-handed. DH got hurt, so the pitchers had to hit. Justin Richardson actually got a hit. This one a little bit high, 2-2 now. Brett Marshall, who really wanted a hit, was left on deck as the game ended. These 2 games Haley has pitched in. The Skeeters lost 2-1. Actually picked up that loss last time out. The 2-2, way inside. That'll run the count full 3-2. This is some of the problems that Haley has. He was up 0-2 here on Robinson. That runs the count full 3 balls and 2 strikes. 21 walks, 22 strikeouts, and 26 2/3, along with 25 hits. There's just too many base runners for Haley. This one is grounded to short. Aarons flips it to first. 6-3 on the putout, and there's 1 away. So 1 out, none on. That'll bring in Cole Garner. Garner is 0 for 3. He has flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Skeeters trailing 6-1 here. 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Skeeters. Linsep's corner. They're still looking for his first hit in his Barnstormers return. 0 for 8 in his first 2 games. First pitch to Cole, a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count here to Garner. Righty-righty matchup here for Haley. This one swung and chop foul right to on-deck hitter. Anderson De La Rosa. Garner, 32 years old. Former 26th round pick of the Rockies in 2003. To the big leagues with the Rockies in 2011. His only time at the big league level. 4 career games. And the season here in 2017 in the Mexican League. This one grounded the short. Nice play by Aarons. A pirouette throw to first. Dug out at first by Travis Scott, stretching towards right field. And there's out number 2. Good play on both ends on that one.
Skeeters' middle infield has been all over the place, and they've made some pretty nice plays. And that's kind of limited the damage here for the Skeeters. Around 5 runs.
Bringing in the All-Star Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher, 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, struck out, and flied it. Been here with 2 outs and none on here in the top half of the 8th. De La Rosa came in at 263, 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. A bit of a crouch for De La Rosa. First pitch here, good off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch a little bit high, fastball missed upstairs. De La Rosa, the 32-year-old catcher from Venezuela. Spent most of his career in the Brewers system. This one way inside as Anderson had to jump out of the way of that one. Also spent some time in the Angels system, the Royals. 230 career hitter. Haley gets the sign. They're going to set up inside here, and this one swung and nubbed foul. Just to the left and behind home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters trailing by 5, 6-1 here in the top half of the 8th. Wondering why we're still playing at 10:30 from a 6:05 start. A rain delay, a lengthy one for an hour and a half. Looks like the ball got a piece of De La Rosa. Slow to get back into the box here. Always talk about that next wave. Where is it going to come from? Sort of the Dominican players a decade ago. Now a lot of the Cuban players and some of the influence of the Japanese player. Venezuela is the next wave. This one is hit into right center field. Long run that will split the gap, roll to the wall. Gillespie will field it. And it's going to be a double here for De La Rosa. Runner down at second with 2 down. Venezuela compete very well in the World Baseball Classic. Miguel Cabrera, one of those guys. Jose Altuve.
I'd say they've already made a wave. Quite a few guys already in it. Those 2 big names right there. And you know that there are also some big league clubs that have rookie league teams down in Venezuela as well. The Cubs,
a lot of
for
people
sure, have some down there.
Manny Corpus, the Skeeters reliever, former big leaguer, plays Winter Bowl in Venezuela. Major League Baseball went hard into China, but I don't really see a lot of prospects coming out of there yet. Might be a little behind the curve, not quite where Japan and Korea are. We're in the World Baseball Classic. Runner down at second with 2 outs. His first pitch here, an off-speed pitch, just misses inside to Nate Coronado. 1 ball and no strikes. Coronado been on base twice. He has singled and scored, grounded out to third and walked. Couple players every now and then come out of Columbia. As this one is hit into center field for a base hit. Let's see if they wave around De La Rosa. They'll hold him up. Good throw by Gillespie is cut off by Haley, and runners on the corners now with 2 down. Skeeters really could not afford another run. They're already down 6-1 here in the 8th.
Coronado still with his jersey ripped open. I don't have a spare number 12 for him, so he's got to keep wearing the torn jersey. Looks like the buttons came off, and he just has no way to fasten them again.
Wardrobe malfunction. We're bringing Vladimir Frias, the all-star shortstop. The switch hitter will bat here from the left side against the right-hander Haley. Frias has singled, struck out, grounded out to short. Haley 17 pitches, 11 for strikes, 6 for balls. First pitch by the right-hander. This one is just off the outside corner. Good frame by Rodriguez. Call the ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Just chokes up on the bat. This one down low as well, 2-0. Yes, wearing those high socks that you like.
Oh, I totally would.
They're going to set him inside this time, the 2-0, and there goes the runner. The throw down to second is not in time. He is stolen base for Coronado, his first. And runners on second and third, and a base hit here would make it an 8-1 game. Haley has to get out of this inning unscathed. The strike to ball ratio is starting to even out. 11 for strikes, 9 for balls. The 3-0 here by the Skeeters right-hander, and this one a strike. This was ready to go down to first, kind of frozen at the plate. One of those mannequin poses. Is that phase passed yet?
I think so.
Thank good.
See whole stadiums do that stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool, actually. Really? I dig it. It's better than the Harlem Shake.
I'll give you that. This one is strike. That'll run the count full 3-2. Because there was nothing to that. Everybody did whatever they wanted.
Yeah, that was more of a
free-for-all.
Well, free-for-all for the last 15 seconds of the video, and then first 15 seconds they're just minding their own business and they're just normal, but then they go crazy.
Payoff pitch here by Haley, swung and fouled off to the left side. We'll do the 3-2 again.
But I do have to confess that I was part of a Harlem Shake video before.
So you admit it finally.
Not saying that it's better than the Mannequin Challenge, which I was not a part of.
And there was the Ice Bucket Challenge before that.
Yeah. Well, that's more of it was more of a charity thing.
People weren't actually giving money; they were just challenging other people to do it. Payoff pitch, swung and chopped to third. Pounds has it, fires it across first, and dug out again by Scott, and that'll do it. It's played by Pounds, and he's good to scoop by Travis Scott. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. Middle of the 8th, getting late for the Skeeters. They're down 5-6-1.
Jump on the hockey ball. All right, back Daniel up the finish line. All right, are you ready?
Go.
Get set. Go.
All right, who's going to get out first? It looks like the team closest to the team
first. It looks like the team closest to me. Tag your teammates. Spin around.
All right, both get on the ball at the same time. You guys are heading the other way.
All right, both get on the ball. You guys are heading the other way. Towards the end.
Keep
way down there.
Oh, it's going to be a close race. Who's going to get there first?
Oh, it's going to be a close race. Who's going to get there first?
Oh, and it looks like Ezra and Evie are going to be our winners.
Congratulations, you guys made a visit to My Just Kids and Ninja Adventure. And Ninja Adventure. Back up to you, Shane.
All right, Just Kids and Ninja Adventure, you won't have to leave anyone at home because they make fun available for the whole family. It's with pricing by the visits and by the hour. Take your kids of all ages to the Just Kids or Ninja Adventure. Learn more at justkids.com.
You like sports? You love ESPN 97.5.
At ESPN 97.5, we do one thing.
We talk sports and we drink beer.
Exactly. At ESPN 97.5, we do two things.
We talk sports, we drink beer, and we eat wings.
Okay, you can't count.
At ESPN 97.5, we do four things. We talk sports.
ESPN 97.5.
Now pitching for Lancaster, number 14, Daniel Lawson. Now leading off for your Sugarland Skeeters, right field number 5, Joe Benson. Buddy, don't worry about it. I know your teammates will forgive you. The fans, when you make an error, do you need forgiveness? Well, visit with First United Methodist Church in Missouri City. Visit with them, seek forgiveness, and look for now, batting for your Skeeters, second baseman number 7, Josh Prince.
That way.
Everybody clap your hands.
Let's go, friends!
Shortstop number 4, Kevin Harris. surveys number 15, your holiday cleaners cleanup batter in the game, Brian Pounds.
Go, Skeeters!
You spend a third of your life on matters. Make it work.
Alrighty, fans, it's time for What Do You Know? Brought to you by Whataburger. We've got Jessica on top of Skeeters dugout with tonight's contestant. Jessica, take it away.
Thanks, Shane. Yes, I'm down there with Nash, and he's ready to test his knowledge on that Whataburger menu. He says it's going to be scrambled up, and you have to figure out the menu item. It's going to be scrambled up, and you have to figure out the menu item. You ready to go?
Ooh, it's a tough one tonight. 3 words, fans, if you think you know it, help them out.
3 words, fans, if you think you know it, help them out.
Ooh, I think I hear some answers, Nash. Do you think you know?
Ooh, I think I hear some answers, Nash. Do you think you know?
Is it an avocado bacon burger?
Is it an
It
avocado
is.
bacon?
Congratulations. That means you're this prize pack, but that's not all. All your friends up there in the Twitter Club section number 5 are going to be wearing Whataburger coupons as well. Back up to you, Shane.
Coupons as well. Back up to you, Shane.
Whataburger, proud to serve Skeeter fans 24 hours a day. Sponsor, What Do You Know? And it's called the Bullpen, brought to you by Texas Rectano, Texas Right, the world's largest independent car dealership. Check out the inventory line of the cars at Highway 59 and Airport over at Stanford, 24/7/365.
Mark Haynes now takes over for the Skeeters in the 9th inning. 5th pitcher of the night for Sugarland. Haynes, the Sugarland native, comes in for the Skeeters for the 30th time this year. 1-1 record with 2.57 ERA, 4 saves this year for him. 28 innings pitched, 24 hits, 12 runs, 16 walks and 33 strikeouts, leading in 231 against the lower Austin High School pitcher. Also went to Rice University. Now takes over as the 5th pitcher of the night in relief of Trey Haley, who gave him a couple of hits in the 8th. No runs, no walks, and no strikeouts.
I want to remind you that the Motor Cars are coming to Constellation Field on August 19th at 6:05. Right after the game for the post-game concert. Mickey and the Motor Cars. It's part of the Skeeters post-game concert series sponsored by Bud Light. Get your tickets. Call 281-240-HITS. Log on to SugarlandSkeeters.com. Skeeters are trailing 6-1 here in the top half of the 9th inning. Cole Gillespie, Victor Oliveira, and Alfredo Rodriguez. One part of this order. Top of the order. Rico Noel, last thing's village, Josh Bell. Noel has struck out each of the last 2 times up and has scored 2 runs. He has stolen a base and doubled. So driven in a run. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Barnstormers. 1 run on 6 hits for the Skeeters. Lancaster has committed 1 error. The Skeeters have not. Pitch a ball here from Haynes. The long look in here, rocks and deals the 1-0, and this one is in the dirt. Gets past Rodriguez. 2 balls and no strikes. Number 25 going to the spiker digger outer.
That's a trademark still pending on that.
I don't know if they get the trademark twist.
What's the official name? What is it? Just don't. There is none.
No, there is. It's been looked up. I think it's just called a cleat cleaner.
It's not. I know there's alliteration there, but mine's better.
It's kind of weak, actually.
Yeah.
Something that would come up. Or you would have think that a brand would have taken it off, like you call a copy of Xerox or anything that's soda Coke.
Right.
You'd think it would be like, if it was a Rawlings product. Rawlings cleaner or something. Rawlings Rounder. I don't know who makes those things, actually? 3-1 now the count here. Leadoff man Rico Noel. This one is a strike on the outside corner. Noel had ready to fling the bat away. And he's doing the mannequin pose.
Bringing it back.
What do you want to see brought back? It doesn't necessarily have to be like a fad like that. It could be a dance or a expression.
Just anything? What do I want to bring back from the dead?
Yeah, something that's just not used anymore. This one low and away, ball 4. I recently say for sure, which I thought was gone with the 80s. What? Just that expression.
For sure. Nobody says for sure anymore?
I say for sure. That was like for sure. I say for sure.
Come on, yes I do.
Not in that kind of 80s Valley Girl kind of a way.
For sure.
It was said like for sure. There was a big expression in New York, which I hated, because it didn't actually mean anything.
For sure?
Yeah. Guys would say, like, when he's telling you a secret, hey, Andy, not for nothing. That guy over there. What does that mean, not
what
for
does
nothing?
that mean, not for nothing?
Doesn't mean anything. The 1-0 and first, and they got him. Wow, the Punisher guns down. Rico Noel at first, another Skeeters right-handed pitcher with a great move, and finally the Skeeters return the favor. They had 2 runners picked off in the first, and the Punisher picks one off here in the 9th.
2 lackadaisical stepping into the bag was Noel there, and he gets caught and pays the price.
I understand why, if you have a decent lead, why you would try to run back standing up. It's easy to get back and slide it. The 1-0, and this one, a looping curve got away from Haynes. 2 balls and no strikes to count. You could bring back the Macarena.
Now that's something that I could get on board with.
This is an easy dance.
Well, it makes you move even away from the dance moves that are normal with it.
Hey, there's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to get.
That was a rough attempt at it. Let's go for a strikeout, and then get a chance here to maybe put some more flair on it.
More recently, we were bringing back the Hollywood Shuffle.
Okay. Not the Super Bowl Shuffle.
He's back to 86 in the Bears. The Bears. A couple of Bear fans on the Skeeters staff. A 2-1 here by Mark Haynes. This one fouled off to the right side. 2-2 to count. To bring back bell bottoms for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on board with that.
It actually came back. And it went out again. One of those things I think should stay out.
Now, people are saying that flip-flops are now a thing of the past.
Or still official in pools.
Well, I saw an article that they should be phased out, and I totally disagree.
Why should they be phased out?
I guess people don't want to see people's feet.
This one hit into left center field for a base hit. Millridge on board. Second hit of the night. 1-on-1 out for Josh Bell. And people are going to still wear sandals, so what's the difference?
Come on. I mean, there are so many different styles, you know, of sandals, especially for women these days. And, you know, can still wear flip-flops. I think it's still, you know, something that people aren't going to let go of.
I can't.
Why would you?
I don't mind it, but I can't wear them. That drives me insane. A little thing between your toes. You can't do it.
Well, it's and again, it's
me.
probably not for me either because I haven't worn flip-flops in a while, but it's still something that should be in style.
This one Swan and fouled off down the left side. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Bell, who has struck out 3 times in Sydney. There's 1 4.
Big hair?
You know, like the high hair in the 80s and all the women wore?
Afros.
Oh, afros. They're still around sometimes. I kind of like it. In the 80s, all the ladies had the hair high. It could rain their hair. Well, so high with all that hairspray. Could light a fire. Now they're going to have the run at Millard picked up between first and second, and it's dropped by Travis Scott. And another physical error that part. The Skeeters just making all the little things go wrong here.
Interested to see how this is ruled. I guess they'll give him a stolen base, but that's a
very
generous stolen base.
It's going to go down as probably an E3.
It looks like it's staying as a stolen base.
There's an error on the score as well, unless they give him a
manual
stolen base
scoreboard.
and an
The
error.
facial board scoreboard still has no errors for the Skeeters.
This one, a baseball strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. That's a generous stolen base.
It was running as it was thrown to first, so you can't assume that the play is made, I guess.
The 4th Barnstormers runner. Get double digits in his 10th steal. The 0-2. Swan, a missed strike 3. Strikeout Punisher, and there's the second out. The 10th strikeout of the night for Skeeters pitching. The Skeeters trailing 6-1 here in the 9th, and Punisher can get past star first baseman Sean Halton, and they're going to be down those 5 runs. And the tall tasker, figuratively and literally, stands in there at 6'4", 250. Straight up stance. 7-2 Derek Miller. First pitch popped up. Who wants it? Travis Scott going near the screen. Wilfredo Rodriguez reaches back and misses. Rodriguez got a late jump on it, but actually overran that one. Not an easy play going towards the screen near the Skeeters dugout. It was a quick sinking foul pop.
Tough play, and Rodriguez, as you said, kind of saw it late and couldn't stop himself at the very last second to settle just underneath there as he overran the baseball, and also have to think about when he had to stop before hitting that backstop behind home plate.
So no balls and 1 strike to count on Halton. Then a way to get Halton out is always difficult. This one just misses inside. 1-1 the count. Really do not have a true closer anymore. Haynes could be that guy to win John Outman a few saves this year. Time called by Halton. Just way too long. We're past 11 o'clock now.
Let's go, Skeeters!
And delayed about an hour and a half. It was a 6:05 start. Get underway on time. The game was never started. Begun at 8. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. This pace has really slowed down here. The 2-1 here by the Skeeters right-handed reliever. Swan and foul tipped in and out of the middle by Rodriguez. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner down in seconds. Skeeters trailing 6-1 here in the top of the 9th. get into a rhythm here. Slowing himself down, taking his own rhythm.
Shut him down.
They're going to set up inside. The 2-2 here by the right-hander. Swung and fouled back. That was a healthy cut by Halton. 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for the Barnstormers. 1 run, 6 hits. Haynes has just brought this game to a crawl. He was pitching well and messing up his own timing here. 1 strike to get out of this. They set up outside this time on Halton. The 2-2. Swung on, popped up behind the plate again. Rodriguez, another late jump, and he's got room near the screen. Squeezes it as it goes back and falls down and comes up with it this time. Was going to let it get it past a second time, and that will do it. Nice play by the Skeeters backstop. Well, the Skeeters, bottom of the ninth. When we come back, will they have a comeback in them? They're down 5 runs, 6-1. Back here in a moment.
Designated hitter 36, Joe Rivera. Betting for Sugarland. Catch number 9, Wilfredo Rodriguez. runs, 11 hits. For the Skeeters, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Joe Leverick gets the win. Bob Blumenstein with the loss. The fans, we thank you for coming out tonight. Stick around with us. Shut part your weekend with us. We're going to do it all again tomorrow, Sunday Family Fun Day. Celebrating Swanson's birthday, 6:05 first pitch. Tickets are available at the TDECU ticket office.